Welcome to Armchair Expert. I'm Dan Horgan, and I'm joined by Monica Sharon.
Hello.
I sure hope people are as obsessed with Sharon as I am. When I saw Bad Sisters, I was like, this person intrigues me to no end.
Yeah.
And then only to find out she had created the show and wrote on it.
Amazing.
Is incredible. Sharon Horgan is an Emmy-nominated actor, writer, director, and producer. Bad Sisters, Catastrophe, Motherland, Together, This Way Up. And she's in the new limited series on Hulu, The Twisted Tale of Amanda Knox.
Yes, if you listen to that episode, you will have heard about Sharon as well.
We've never interviewed someone who's created this many TV shows, and we've interviewed some famous showrunners.
That's true.
She's the most prolific.
What about Shonda?
Oh, we did have Shonda.
All right, they're both great women. They're both great women.
We love women. We don't need to make them compete.
We're not pitting a woman against another woman.
We don't need to body shame anyone.
That's right. We're not doing it.
Please enjoy Sharon Horgan.
He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert.
I was going to ask, because we were all just at the Emmys.
Yeah.
And are you still a little exhausted from that whole thing?
Yeah.
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 How bad?
I went to this mental party at the end of the night. I mean, it was weird.
What
On
was
Sunday
it?
night.
Yeah.
Without naming names, tell me what brand of mental was it?
I think it was, I can't completely remember, but I think it was these brothers, and I think they just do it every year.
Oh, okay.
And so there was proper people there. I fell over. Look, you can see it.
Oh my goodness, yeah, that's a sign of a good evening.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Oh, that's not going to work. Because I stupidly decided to walk home. You know, when you get very
You get ambitious sometimes.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
And so I walked home and then went arse over tit. And but yeah, it was these brothers, and they do it every year apparently. And he's sort of remodeled his home to be like a party house.
Okay.
That was 2 nights ago, so we're still
struggling.
We're still struggling.
Have we started?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're always starting.
Does it matter that all my shit's just here?
No, you're
We like
good.
it. Yeah.
As long as you're happy with it.
You dress so nice, you can now pull off anything. If you throw up at some point in this interview,
I have another engagement after your lovely podcast because I didn't know whether to be casual or dress it up, but because I got to be dressed up for this other thing, it's just the whole thing of coming over for the Emmy stuff is how many outfits you've got to
pack.
Yeah, and and change into, and put jewelry on and get your hair done. And
yeah. How many days was this trip?
I arrived over on Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you go out Saturday night, or did you know better?
I went out Friday night.
Oh, Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
so you're just barely with us.
And last night.
Wait, you went out last night too?
Yeah. But last night was just eating pork chops and drinking water.
Okay.
And maybe just one gin and tonic because I hadn't seen my friend for a long time, and it felt like.
Did you go to the Dunsmore?
No, I just went to. Why are they pork chop place?
Well, that's the only thing place I could think of that has pork chops.
No, I went to Sunset Tower.
Oh, I love Sunset Tower.
They do a really good pork chop.
Wow,
I was
didn't
so
know.
obsessed with eating last night that I couldn't. When you're like, there's like 4 things on the menu you want.
Yes.
And there's this whole internal struggle and worry that you're going to pick the wrong thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But then I picked the right thing. It was
The pork chops. And what did your friend get?
He got the filet mignon.
And did you sample that, or are you stuck with your pork chop?
I didn't actually.
Did he want to try your pork chop?
I felt like even that was too complicated a move.
Okay.
Oh, wow. The splitting.
Just the leaning over.
Oh, wow.
You were hanging on by a thread yesterday.
It's just like, it's a little tiredness. It's the jet lag. I woke up at 4:30 a.m.
Oh.
And then I went back to sleep for about half an hour at about 7:30.
Well, I did learn something about you in the story that you revealed accidentally or intentionally.
Oh, what?
Which is, so probably a normal person, if they had those 3 days, and they had already had on the calendar, like, I got to meet Mike at the,
Yes.
they would have been like, Mike, I love you, but I really need to stay in bed all night tonight.
Yes.
But I've learned that if you tell someone you're going to be somewhere, come hell or high water, you're going to be there. Is that true?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
He's my good pal who, like, I've known since I was 18, and he's got 3 tiny children, all under 5.
Yikes.
And, it was just like he doesn't get out much.
Exactly.
So I felt like if I cancelled,
he had scheduled it. He probably had
got
asked
a
his wife 2
babysitter.
weeks ahead of time.
Doesn't have a wife, but got a babysitter.
Yeah.
And so I thought, and I'm glad I did, but I warned him that I wasn't going to be brilliant company. But it was fine.
Yeah.
Actually.
The pork chop prevailed.
I mean, the pork chop was great.
Now
it
I
lifted
want
you
that.
off, didn't it?
Yeah, it really did. It made me really
Raised
happy.
your
Made me
spirits.
really happy.
Okay, so quickly, you're one of 5. 2 younger, 2 older.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a middle child myself.
Are you? I'm not middle, but I'm second eldest.
That's in the middle, my friend. If you're not the oldest or the youngest, you're in the
okay.
middle, right?
So I'm one of all right.
Yeah.
I'm one of 3 in the middle.
Yes,
3 in the
you
middle.
were one of the 3
one
middle
top, one bottom.
children.
Okay.
And then at 4, you guys leave and go to Ireland.
Yeah.
And Dad's Irish, but he's a Kiwi. How did that happen?
He's a Kiwi, but he ended up in Ireland. Like he moved to London from New Zealand when he was really young, like kind of he left New Zealand when he was about 19 and sort of like jumped on a ship and worked on a ship to sort of travel the world, and then ended up in London and met my mum. My mum had traveled from the sticks in Ireland, and this was like at a time when women didn't really sort of leave their rural environment to go looking for
Adventure,
and then they met. Yeah, they met in London at a Irish club, because I think my dad had heard that like Irish girls were
a party.
Yeah,
as we just learned.
Yeah.
I can't imagine you have a ton of memories living in London.
I've got a few.
You do?
Little, tiny.
Like?
Well, because my parents had a pub.
Oh, they did?
Called the Whitethorn. And I remember it was one of those sort of East End pubs that had a piano and like very sort of family sort of feeling, but it was also an East End pub, so lots of gangsters around and like slight dodgy kind of vibe, which is why we got the hell out. We lived upstairs above the pub. I've got a weird memory of Chinese takeaway, a cat.
Okay.
I've got like very sort of
snapshots.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't think it's like just from photographs because, back in the day, no one took any.
Yeah.
So I think they're genuine memories from age like 3 to 4 kind of thing.
So when you go to Ireland and you go to Southern Ireland.
Yeah. Well, it was sort of, central.
I mean, it's Northern Southern Ireland.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But we were sort of in the center when we moved there first. We got another pub. This one was called the Green Kiwi. And yeah, we were there for a couple of years.
Can your dad handle his business? Like when shit would break out in there, was he good at?
Oh, he was so tough.
He was.
Oh my God.
Oh, I love it.
You would not
he
mess
was.
with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. Not what you associate with the Kiwis, but what you do associate with the Irish.
What? The toughness?
Fisticuffs, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about the fisticuffs. He just had a very strong presence. Like people admired him, occasionally feared him,
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't think you could own a pub and be a pushover, right?
No. But even when he moved away from the whole, publican business, he was, he had a certain way of doing business.
Did you like that? Did you feel safe by that presence, or did you feel
when you're
scared?
a kid, everything is embarrassing about your parents.
Right.
So
correct.
My dad was the kind of person who like didn't give a shit what anyone thought of him, in his clothes, in his manner. Like if you were boring him, he'd walk off mid-sentence,
Right.
How liberating.
Oh my God. It was awful when you're a kid.
Yeah.
When he would take us to I don't know, like McDonald's for a treat and the server was being disinterested, stroke rude, he would call them out for it. And like he would pick me up from school in a white van with a Rottweiler sitting in the front seat. And he walked around in his like farming like jeans. With feathers and bits of rubber boots, bits of blood. Yeah. You know, he didn't give a shit.
Turkey parts.
But you know what? I am that parent now.
Yeah.
It's so funny. There's so many little things that I noticed that I have that he had, you know.
It's maddening, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It is.
It really is.
I became my dad. I mean, God,
when?
I became. Well, first physically, I look in the mirror, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, my brother has the same.
Identical.
My brother has the same thing.
And just all the same character defects, all the same, you know, getting into it with people on this fucking traffic and, you know, all this stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, I hated him for this.
You hate it. Well, I guess I did. There were things that I didn't love, but there's things that when I think about it now, I'm like, well, it was great to have a dad that was, you know, a presence and that you felt like you couldn't mess with him.
Yeah.
You know, like he would have it out with parents outside the school if he had to. Like he would just call people out.
Yeah, yeah.
And so like I'm quite like that with my girls now. And it's awful for them. They don't love it.
I know. Some guy, we were at Target. You're familiar with Target.
Yeah. It's my daughter's favorite place when we come over
It's
here.
my daughter's. She asked if she could sleep there. Like we realized we had never taken them to a department store because it was like we order things online, then it was COVID, whatever. The first time she went into a Target, she was like 7 and she was like, what's going on? They have everything for sale is here. Yeah, and she wanted to sleep there. She wanted to have a birthday party there.
That's adorable.
I have this huge shopping cart on Saturday, and they have a little conveyor belt that'll take your cart down the stairs. So you meet it at the bottom. And a guy in front of me put his cart in, and it takes off. And then I put my cart in. I do it correctly. It gets about 6 feet, and then the whole thing shuts down. And then this guy starts yelling at me. He's like, well, you fucking broke the thing. And I'm like, I didn't fucking break. How am I going to break this thing? What are you talking? Like, and I immediately get into it with this guy. And then my older daughter is immediately like, Dad, shut up. You're not doing this. And I'm like, oh my God. This was me and my dad. Yeah. And I got to let this go that I'm being accused of breaking a machine I didn't break.
It's very hard to. It's like in your DNA, isn't it? It's just like deep in your bones.
There's an injustice. I've been accused of something I didn't do, and I'm going to defend myself. Yeah. But at the expense of my daughter being like, oh my God, my dad's.
Embarrass them.
Yes.
Screw your daughters.
How did he land in the turkey trade?
He, you know, wanted to get out of the publican business.
I like that you call it publican.
I keep
we don't
thinking
have
you're
that
saying
word.
Republican, and I'm like, what is that?
Publican. That's what you.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's the name of someone, like a proprietor of a pub is a publican.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
He wanted to get out of that, and
because it wasn't financially great, or
well, no, it was just. I mean, I'm sure some people would disagree, but it wasn't a great family environment.
Right.
Sure.
And I think my mum was.
Some people disagree.
My mum was done cleaning out men's toilets, you know.
Yeah.
And, you know, Dad is very sociable, and so possibly
stayed a little late sometimes.
Yeah. So they were like, let's get out of that.
Incongruous with fatherhood a little bit.
Yeah. So why turkey farming? I think by that point he had a good few kids, and he, you know, was just looking for a way to, get us into a more rural environment, but also, you know, find a way. He wasn't like trained in anything, you know, like in London, he worked on the London Underground, and, you know, like he always was able to make money, but I guess in Ireland, he was like, well, what do I do here?
I know something about him too now. He doesn't do well with the boss.
No.
Right.
No.
He owned one thing and he wanted to do another thing, but he had to be the boss of whatever thing. Yes. So that limits your options.
No one could have told my dad what to do. So he found this piece of land, and it had these turkey sheds on it. And he managed to sort of convince the local council, he wanted to buy it. He wanted to build a house on this property where he found the turkey sheds, but there was nothing there. There was no like electricity. There was no
Sewer main and all this
nothing.
stuff. Yeah.
So he managed to convince the local council that he was going to set up this business that was going to employ like 100 local people. And so they, invested in putting all this infrastructure in. But, he didn't tell them that it would just be for like 5 days over Christmas when people would be
when he would
plucking
need
the turkey.
people to
So he
sell.
got,
My hunch is it employed 6 people full time. The
one.
5 children.
Oh, yes.
Your mom and him.
That's what we did. We were taken out of school to work on the farm.
Gnarly business, no?
Yeah. I mean, it's nice when they're little chicks.
Sure, that's a very short period of time.
Not very long. No,
Yeah.
they
they shit a tremendous amount, right?
what more than most farm animals?
I just associate.
There is a lot of shit.
There's a
all over the
lot
place.
of shit, right?
Yeah.
We have this problem in the States, which is we have all this chicken agriculture, and they don't know what to do with all the shit, and then it seeps into the Hudson Bay, and it fucking gets rid of all the oxygen in the water.
Oh.
So I just know we're having a hard time dealing with our chicken shit on an industrial scale. So
I don't know what we did with our
were you
turkey
shoveling
shit.
a ton of it?
No, I was mainly plucking and,
Did you kill them?
No,
You didn't have to do that.
There was always just some man walking around with very loose sort of jeans. We were all just the plebs standing around waiting to pluck them. And then this guy would just saunter over and like break a neck.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask
like,
what the mechanics were. Is it a shooting situation?
No, they just like
Drowning,
Yeah.
fire.
just like up against the wall.
Do you overdose them?
shots.
So no, I never killed a bird.
And did you eat a lot of turkey as a result of this?
I became a vegetarian very young because of that.
did?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
And you've stuck with that. No, you had a pork chop the other day. What am
I stuck
saying?
with it for 16 years though.
Yeah.
And then, and then I got back into it.
Okay, so what age do you leave Ireland and go to London? Because we have a similar trajectory, I think.
Really?
Yeah, and then I think we started late.
Yes, I did.
We both graduated college in 2000, which was late.
Yes, because
For me.
I went to uni in Dublin, but I dropped out. I didn't even finish my first year.
Okay. Let me ask really quick, what kind of kid were you? Were you a troublemaker? Were you a class clown? Were you a popular girl?
Class clown. Like, got myself in trouble, but wasn't a troublemaker. Got myself in trouble because I was just like an idiot. And in the wrong place at the wrong time. Like, got caught, like all the time, just like got caught. I was always like sort of second to the popular girl.
Right.
Like I wanted to be friends with the popular girl.
Sure.
And I would like find a way in.
And what did you want to do? Did you always want to be in?
No.
No.
Well, actually, it was sort of a mix. I ended up going to art college.
Mhm.
So I thought I wanted to be, I didn't know what the job would be at the end of it, but all I wanted to do was go to art college.
Right. And actually paint and stuff?
Yeah, paint and draw.
Were you any good at that?
I was okay for a little while, just not good enough.
Right.
So I think when I went to art college, I sort of realized, my limitations, and I found that really hard.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't really, I didn't know, I couldn't find a way to sort of stand out or be the best in any way. So I dropped out.
Yeah.
And then I went to London when I was, I think like 19, like maybe nearly 20.
Like when you were, like, I'm moving to London, and what was
Yeah.
the fantasy at that time? I'll just have a big city experience, or I'll do X, Y, or
it was
Z.
to make my fortune. At that point I'd started, I'd started doing like acting classes in Dublin at the weekends and thinking, I think I might like this. And I had this slightly strange encounter with an Irish director called Jim Sheridan, who just came up to me in a cafe and said, I want you to audition for my film.
The famous Jim Sheridan.
The famous Jim Sheridan.
Yeah, wow.
So I went along and auditioned for that film and like really failed badly, didn't get it. But somehow, weirdly, it made me think, I want to not fail at that.
Yeah, right.
So I went to London to sort of do that. And because there's a great theatre, like fringe theatre scene in London. And I thought like, that's the way I'll do it. I'll sort of get into fringe theatre. But I just wasn't but just wasn't that good at like pushing myself forward. And I hadn't sort of found my confidence at that point. So I got a job in a job center and I stayed there for 6 years.
Oh,
6
wow.
years.
Yeah. That was like just a bit of a mistake. I was like doing other things, I was like doing courses and trying to find a sort of back route in.
Were you depressed?
I was going to say, were you? Yeah.
Yeah, that's depressing.
Yeah, it was very depressing.
Yeah.
But then I left there and that's when I went back to college and did my degree.
And you have a degree in English and American Studies.
Yeah.
And did you learn a lot about America? Do you think you know more about America than most Americans?
I don't know.
You don't know anything.
My brain is, it doesn't retain.
It's just a pass through.
It's awful.
Mhm.
So like like with learning lines or like I can keep 5 shows in my head at any time.
Mhm.
And I've got great recall for that kind of thing. But anything else is just like, it's just gone
In and out.
immediately.
Mhm.
Immediately.
It's way easier to learn your lines when you've written them, don't you agree?
It's so much easier.
It's so easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've done a few things that I wrote
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, I know the whole script basically.
Yes.
And I don't even
yeah.
have to look at it.
Yeah. I know
Yeah.
everyone else's lines including
Because I
my
write
own,
lines how I think they make sense to
yeah.
me. They should
Yes,
sound
it's
like
easier
this.
to learn.
Yeah.
My interests have changed and expanded a bit. But at the time, I was just like, I got to get this degree because everyone else in my family had one. And I was like, I just have to do this thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I was a good student, but I was also, ridiculously still class clowning it when I was
Right.
it
An
was
older woman at
ridiculous.
the college.
A ridiculous
So
woman.
while you were at this college, though, you meet Dennis Kelly, right?
Well, actually, no, I met Dennis. It was just before we were doing a youth theatre together. And so we were part of the same youth theatre was just like under 26.
Yeah.
So, but it was around about the same time. Yeah.
And you meet him, and he is already declared as I'm going to be a writer. Yeah.
Well, when I met him, he was Constantine to my Nina in The Seagull. So he was sort of just, he was being an actor, but very quickly he realized that he wanted to be a writer. So, but we had sort of parted ways and then we met each other one night in a pub, just like bumped into each other and he had written his first play. And so I was, just sort of astounded by this.
Yeah.
And that's what got me into the writing. I was like, I want to write sketch comedy. That's what I want to do.
Right.
And then off the back of that, I kind of, sitcom. Like, yeah, mainly that. Sketch and sitcom. That's all I wanted to write.
So between 2000 and 2006, you get on TV. You're on TV. You're in Monkey Dust, right? Which is an animated show.
Yeah.
And it's sketchy and funny.
Yes.
And then in 2006, so we're now 6 years past graduation.
Yeah.
You and Dennis create Polling together, right?
Yeah.
And then based on the success of Polling, no, that's the next one. What I think is really funny is in 2007, you won the British Comedy Award for Best Female Newcomer for annually retentive.
Yeah.
Now, again, you were 37.
Was I?
I think so, in 2007.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
Did you feel like this is a weird, like newcomer feels like something that should go to someone the kid who won for fucking adolescence or something the other night?
No, because I really, really was. I'd done a few shows at that point.
Yeah.
But they were, kind of culty, kind of no one watched kind of things.
Right.
So actually that particular award was for Pulling and annually retentive. And so they were my first, like, I think proper TV things. It was my first sort of starring role kind of thing. But it was, I just remember it being really surreal because like 6 years earlier I'd been doing fuck all and, know.
And you had done 6 years as like a temp or whatever the fuck job that was. For
admin
6 years.
assistant, yeah.
So like 12 years is a long time in the saddle before the newcomer award comes.
Yeah, it is. But I guess there was so much sort of, there was no structure to what I was doing, even though I was like trying to find a way into the industry. I was like trying to get a job in radio or trying to get a job writing for someone else's show or, you know, any route in I was trying.
Yeah.
But I just didn't have I don't know what it is, like didn't have the right focus or the confidence or whatever it takes to sort of take the plunge and like do it properly, like to just all out go.
Well, it's
Commit.
scary.
I'm going to do this now.
Yeah.
So what, you know, so there was a lot of time wasted, but like once I started doing it, it was like super hyper focus.
Yeah. And then it kind of just doesn't stop. But we must explain this really interesting difference between American television and British television.
Yeah.
Like in the States, when there's a hit, we just keep making it until everyone gets too expensive, I guess, at some point to keep on the show. And it's just not that way in England at all, right?
No.
Like it's very rare for a show to go more than 3 seasons or something.
Yeah, it's pretty rare.
Is that maddening and frustrating?
I mean, a good few do. Like there's like a lot of exceptions to that rule, but like there's a lot of sort of standout shows that were just like, no, 2 and done. You know?
Well, The Office famously for us was like, wait, what? You have this incredible show and you guys are done?
That's it. Or like, you know, Nighty Night or Mighty Boosh or, you know, I mean, I wanted to do more pulling. We didn't get recommissioned.
I was going to say, is that frustrating when you finally have a show and you're actually writing it and you're on it?
So frustrating.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating because it was a dream scenario, you know.
Probably will never get more fun than that would
Never,
be my guess, right?
Ever.
Yeah.
It was like the biggest buzz.
Yeah.
We got our show picked up. We didn't even have to, you know, make a pilot. We wrote this one script. Next thing we are like making a show.
Yeah, if you turn on the television and this thing you thought of is physically on the TV is crazy.
It's such a great buzz.
Yeah.
And I mean, I still find it very buzzy. Actually, I still like feel like a kid when I'm walking around a set and that whole kind of like, we did this.
Yeah. Show business.
But like for your first thing, it was. But also, we got to do it our way, like with no interference, like zero interference, which makes no sense because we'd never done it before.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, everyone who's in it was brilliant, you know, and it was just a very joy-filled experience.
And when you were doing that, what did you find more fun? And then which one was more rewarding, the acting or the writing? So I can tell you personally, I have a lot of pride in being a writer.
Yeah.
Because it's hard.
It is.
And it's lonely.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of pride in being an actor or being funny. It's like, that's a blast and I like doing it.
I kind of agree with you. Although I think back then, I think I'm different now. Like I get much more joy out of the writing. But back then, getting the opportunity
to be on TV.
And to be the lead in something, I found it a huge buzz. And also it was my first time taking something, you know, from the page to the screen and realizing that you can actually make it better. You know, it can be great on the page and you can make it better.
Right.
And you can exceed your expectations and also it's like 6 weeks. Like when we make sitcoms, it's 6 episodes.
Right.
It takes 6 weeks.
Everyone's almost dedicated to not making any money.
Yeah, exactly.
How can we not break even on this thing? Let's do 6 so we never amortize the cost.
No one makes a bean. Yeah, God, I was so green. I was so green back then. But yeah, I did enjoy it then. I did sort of, you know, get a lot of pride in, you know, pulling it off, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely less so now.
Is the next big thing for you, that's obviously like a huge moment for you, that show. Is Catastrophe the next kind of big?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of pilots in between.
Okay.
A lot of failed pilots.
That you had written or just came out on to act?
That I had written.
Okay.
And then I made this mental UK show called Dead Boss that we only did 1 season of because it didn't really work. Okay. It was funny, but it was like, you know, it's that thing like, I think after pulling, not that many people saw it or that people were like waiting with bated breath to see what I do next. But there was an expectation, because it did well.
Yeah, they would assume your next one's going to be even better.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that was her first thing.
Yeah, whereas I made this really nutty show set in a women's prison about this woman who's accused of killing her boss. Like, it was bonkers. And not many people liked it. There was lots of funny stuff in it.
Yeah.
It just didn't quite gel in the way you would hope.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
So that and a lot of pilots over here.
Oh, okay.
I was doing that for years.
Yeah, so when you're there, being London, and you're having some success, are you... I just, for me, I would be like, well, I'm going to go over there where everyone's getting rich.
To the US.
Here.
Yeah, but I had this weird thing where I was like, so I'm going to go over there. I'll go over there now. And my agents be like, no, it's not time for you to go over there.
Oh,
And I go,
really?
are you sure?
Yeah.
I think I'm
People seem
ready.
to be going over there.
Yeah.
So it took a while. I don't know why. Like, I must talk to I've still got the same agent because I'm just like creature of habit, and also
And very
he's great.
loyal per the Monday night dinner. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so. But yeah, I must ask him. It was just like there was a real like kind of no, you're not ready. And then finally, when I did go over, it was I think I made about 4 pilots in a row, maybe 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you start getting crazy discouraged? Like, man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to.
No, I was kind of the weird thing that I noticed that's very different from UK is that people could happily make a great living never getting anything made here.
Oh, yeah.
And I was meeting writers, like my agents over here was setting me up with the writers where, I go, so what are you working on at the moment? And they were like, well, I haven't had anything produced in, 5 years. But there was this sense of like, you could be successful if you were getting pilot scripts commissioned. Whereas I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
I
you can
imagine-
sell
Making
scripts.
anything.
Yeah.
I bet the amount they buy here versus make, I bet that ratio is way different than it is in London.
Yeah.
Like, I have sold many TV shows and none of them have been produced.
Yeah.
I think it's changing, though. I think that's what people are starting to feel.
I think so, yeah.
Is like, it's really hard for writers right now because I think they're not doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they shut off
when you
that.
think about all those pilots that are just like, have never been seen, it
Yeah.
just seems
there's
extraordinary.
thousands of hours of television that's no one's seen.
They probably cost what it takes to make a UK TV series, you know?
Yeah, a lot of people have like a really good pilot quote as an actor. So if they'll make 150,
Yeah.
they can get by for the year. And the next year they do another pilot and it can just be this weird little trap kind of.
Yeah. But I did meet, that's, even though I met Rob on Twitter, we did, because I was coming over to make the pilots, we did end up sort of, hanging
Meeting in
out
real
in real life. And when I was making one of the pilots, we were sort of moonlighting on Catastrophe, on the side.
Yeah, so talk about meeting Rob, because I too was just on Twitter and discovered him.
Yeah.
And still, hands down, of all the tweeters.
Oh my God.
He was the #1 funniest
Just
on Twitter ever.
The funniest.
Rob Delaney.
Rob Delaney.
Yes.
Ridiculously.
Yeah, like in
crying, laughing.
2018, he had some weird tweet. I don't even know what it was about. And then he just hashtag Coney 2012. It was like, who thinks to hashtag Coney 2012 6 years later?
Yeah, that's great.
It was just so funny. Everything's so fucking funny.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got such an amazingly specific brain.
Yes.
Yeah, he just used to kill me.
And right away, you guys thought we should try to create something together?
No, we just, it was more of a sort of like just a mutual, like, I think you're really funny. And then he had seen Pulling, and not that many people had really, because it didn't really, it was on over here, but it would have been like almost, you had to do a quest before you could find it.
Right. You would have needed AI to locate it, which we didn't have.
But he found it, and then we ended up doing this little sketch. It was kind of fun, and then he got commissioned to write because of his like, Twitter fame.
Yeah.
He got commissioned by the BBC to write a sitcom, and then he got in touch with me and said, "Do you want to write it with me?" Yeah, so that's how it happened.
It's a spectacular show.
Thank you.
Yeah. Did you feel very proud of it? I hope.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Yeah. It was another one of those things where like, we kind of had a pretty good feeling that it was going to work at the script stage. But when we started doing it together, it was a nice feeling of relief that we bounced so well off each other as performers as well as writers.
Right. That's a big unknown.
Yeah, it's such an unknown.
Yeah. You play the chemistry lottery.
Yeah, that's it completely. Yeah. But I loved making that show.
And then post Catastrophe, now more doors open, I'm assuming. In that, like, because your next thing's Divorce, which is written for someone else, is written for Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yeah.
So now we're like in another realm where we might just also create shows.
Yes. Yeah.
And was that scary or exciting, or did you feel like I don't really want to write something I'm not going to be in?
I loved the idea of writing for other people. Like it felt exciting, and it felt like something that I could sort of, you're incredibly invested in it, but at the same time you get to sort of, step back a bit and have more of a bird's eye view. I mean, to me, that felt like kind of the best case scenario, to create something that then I could just sort of watch it do its thing.
Yeah.
Did you pitch Sarah the idea, or were you approached with like, Sarah wants to do this?
Actually, I'd pitched this other show idea to HBO, which ended up being Shining Vale, that I made for Courtney Cox.
Yeah.
So we were sort of about to start making that, or at least developing it. And then they said, well, Sarah Jessica's looking to, make a new show, and she's looking for a writer, and she had a script that she didn't really feel was working. So we just met up and like got the sort of, a good notion of what it was she wanted to make.
Right.
And the kind of things she wanted to talk about, like that sort of, kind of death of a long-term relationship kind of thing. And then so I, kind of came up with this divorce sort of setting for it.
Were you post-divorce or about to start that process? How did it parallel your life?
Well, I wasn't. I was still in my marriage. But I guess maybe like
some of the seeds. I'm sure you had a lot of fodder of like things that are annoying at this point, 14 years in. I'm sure you had a lot of like.
Oh yeah, of course. It's like Amy Gravett said, anyone who's married knows what it feels like to want to be divorced.
Yeah, right.
But my friend had just very recently gone through one. So it was, through her, like talking to her and, just getting the sort of the detail from her, because obviously there's a kind of, I could talk about relationships until the cows come home, but the actual mechanics of going through something, I mean, I could write a divorce encyclopedia now, but back then, no, I just had some feelings.
Do you think it made you get a divorce?
Yeah, like I don't want to make it too big of a stretch.
Egg?
Yeah, were you like living in this thought experiment of divorce and
not
like gaining? No,
not at all. I mean, thank God for thank God for my family at that point. My ex was sort of traveling back and forth with my kids, and we kind of, it was a tricky time for us as a family, but we were very much all in it together,
right?
But it was, but I was also that sort of overlapped with Catastrophe, so it was just a little bit too much.
Yeah,
it's
lot.
sort of like bad time management, I would say.
Yeah.
Was it hard for you?
Yeah.
What kind of feelings did you have? Like, I'm
I
failing?
had my first.
Or was there like family shame?
Yeah. All of it.
The whole.
All of it. Terrible.
Yeah.
Mr. Birthday, got back for the party, but missed the actual birthday. And my daughter's 21 now.
Oh boy.
And she still talks about it.
Sure. What else is she going to talk about?
She needs something. We all need something.
Yeah, we need something. I play this game all the time because our kids are 10 and 12, and I'm like, what's going to be the thing I'm going to hear about the rest of my life? Is it that Target argument? Is it? Because they have to have something.
Yeah. Well, you know, I've seen so many, I mean, mothers do it now, and having done it myself, remembering that sort of awful push-pull of, you know, I'm kind of away from the family unit for way too long for it to be kind of, you know, healthy, you know? Because it's sort of, I mean, I kind of feel like with kids, it's a little bit, for the most part, apart from my daughter remembering the birthday thing, it's a little bit like water off a duck's back, a little bit.
Yeah.
Whereas I think for us, we kind of, you know.
Self-flagellate.
Yeah, and there's still trauma there. Like I still think about it.
Well, is it fair to say, most of the women, my wife included, that I know that are in this business that have kids, it's like, you feel guilty at work because you're not with your kids. And then when you're with your kids, you feel guilty you're not working because that's also your passion. It's like there's no real sweet spot.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. You're you also have that weird thing of like, I can only assume it's how people feel when they get out of prison, where you sort of forget how to operate in normal life. You're sort of isolated from everything else, and all you do is get up, someone picks you up in a car, feeds you, takes you to set, feeds you some more. You know, all you're doing is sort of working and sort of being, you know, closeted and then put back in a car and then brought home. And so like when you get back into your family environment, you just don't know how to operate for a while.
Yeah. You can also get tricked into thinking that job is the most important thing in the world.
Yeah, and that you are.
And that you are, yes. Because that's how you're being treated.
Yeah.
Well, and objectively, you are important to that world. It's not even like an ego explosion. It's like,
that's true.
The lead actors are very important to the project.
Yeah.
The writers are very important to the project.
Yeah.
So it's like,
to the project, but I think because it is so isolated and compartmentalized and it's every day and you're in a hotel and then you can think that the project is the most important thing in the world.
Sure. You almost have to for it to be good.
Right. You have to buy in a little bit and then that's complicated when you leave it.
Yeah. And then you get taken down numerous pegs by your family. And you just have to deal with it and get back on the horse.
Okay, Bad Sisters. This is. I'm imagining your first like American hit, right? Where like America's gone batshit.
Yeah.
A lot of people loved Catastrophe, but it was definitely like culty.
Oh yeah.
But Bad Sisters is like this epic thing.
Yeah.
I watched it as like, you know, just it looked interesting. I saw it.
Oh, thank you.
And then I'm probably having the same thing other people are, where it's like, oh yeah, I love Bad Sisters. Oh yeah. Oh, you know, the one sister created the show. I'm like, oh, she created the show. And this is when I find out that you've created all these shows and that you're writing it. And then it's just so impressive. Very bowled over by it. It was a Danish show?
It was, yeah.
Had you seen it?
Belgian, sorry.
Belgian.
I had seen it, because it was brought to me, you know, as to adapt it. And so I watched the pilot episode and really fell in love with it. And then,
Is it tonally the same?
No, it's completely different.
Is that one darker?
It's really hard to explain, but it's just got that Scandi kind of thing where it's much more crazy.
Right.
You know, so the murders are kind of crazy and there's sort of like Chinese mafia in it.
Sure.
And hitmen and, you know, people end up being murdered and then ending up in sort of dog food canning factories. But, you know, it's like,
right.
it was quite great, quite extreme. But it was really amazing tonally because they sort of managed to, like the sisters were really grounded.
Oh,
you know?
interesting.
But it was just, there was a different approach.
Yeah.
Like even to the really, you know, brutal, serious stuff in it.
Yeah.
It was just a different approach. Like, for example, you know, Eva's rape. In the original version, she's having sex with her boyfriend. He needs to take a break. he goes downstairs to the fridge to have something to eat and to cool down. And while she's waiting for him, still on all fours,
Oh my gosh.
the prick comes up and gets in there.
Wow.
So it was just very, very, like, they totally got away with it because she's brilliant. The lady who created it, Malin. And the actors are amazing.
Right.
But it was just a very, like, I don't know how they did it, but even in our version, there was a real line to tread in terms of, when you're going to be funny and when you're going to destroy people,
I'd argue it's the hardest tone to pull off in anything. It was when you're bouncing back and forth.
Yeah. It's scary when
yeah.
you're doing it because you're like, they could maul us to death.
Yeah.
If it goes wrong, it'll go
wrong.
spectacularly wrong.
Yeah. So you kind of have to be a bit, you need to just sort of take a punt and then just like hold your, just try and hold fast.
Yeah. Were you shocked with how loved it was?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you write the roles with the actors in mind, or did you write the whole thing and then cast it?
I wrote the pilot and then cast it after that.
Okay.
So, there isn't, like, Ireland's a small country.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't, and also it had to be very specific in terms of, the ages and for us to seem like we are in the same sort of family.
Yeah.
So what, I just had to pray that those girls that I asked to do it were available because they
were it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd worked with a lot of them before, so I kind of knew. And then as soon as I started writing the series, I had their voices in my head. But like when it came to like the second season, it was just like so much easier because I'd spent all that time with them and I knew how one character would respond to another and I knew what the dynamics were that worked within the family. And so I found the second season easier, but
more challenging story-wise, probably.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Although the first one had huge challenges because even though we had the template, in sort of, in rethinking it sort of threw all the pieces out of whack and then it's got two timelines and, I found that really hard.
Yeah. How do I say his name? Is it Clays?
Clay Spang, yeah.
Holy shit. So that was the first time I'd ever seen him.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Because I'd seen The Square.
He's so good. I mean, he's so repugnant. The way he calls her mama, mammy.
Mommy.
Oh, it's so fucking gross. Oh, he's so gross.
He's so gross, yeah.
He's the most hateable character ever.
Yeah, he was
and
perfect.
He's like, and he's just kind of like slimy. He's terrible.
Yeah.
God bless him. He just is like, yeah, I'm going to be as unlikable as humanly possible. Did he have any vanity? What was the process of?
I think, he had to get his head around being that odious.
Yeah.
And it was a bit of a challenge. He didn't love being hateful and hated, every day.
Yeah.
But then there was this other side to him that sort of reveled in it.
It's fun as an actor.
Yeah. And he really went for it.
Yeah.
But, it is a thing where every scene you're in, you're just being an absolute piece of shit.
Yeah.
But we had to just make sure that there were moments where you could see who he used to be or,
how anyone fell in love with him in the first place.
Exactly.
Or why does his child love him?
Exactly. So we needed to see him be a good dad sometimes. And we needed to see him be vulnerable or feel like a stranger in this Irish family. And, it was really, it really helped that he was not an Irishman.
Outsider.
Exactly, yeah.
How did you just come across him? You had seen Square?
I had seen The Square, but no, it was Nina Gold, our casting agent. It was her idea.
Oh, okay.
And then I kind of, rewrote it kind of for him, like to lean into that, because we, obviously gave him a Swedish mother and it ended up sort of affecting a lot of the scripts, but in a way that was only positive, you know. And it's amazing when casting, when that happens, when you have something in your mind and you do something completely different. And then you go, oh no, this is
Even
this
better,
has given
yeah.
us so much more.
How do you explain, what's your explanation of the mass appeal of it?
Well, I think the time it came along,
Mm-hmm.
I think at that time everyone really needed the catharsis of like hating an awful white
Man.
religious bigot. You know, I think we were all like on board for it.
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
think it was that, and also that thing of, you know, despite the sort of the thriller of it and the caper, it is about family.
Nobody would ever watch that and not want to be one of the sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would argue that's like a huge element of it. It's just like, again, you guys hit the chemistry lottery. There's like such a familiarity
I
and
know.
a fun, and everyone's so different.
Yeah.
And it all works cohesively.
Yeah. Yeah. We got very lucky. I love those girls. One of them is the reason why I am this hungover today.
Was it Eve?
It was Eve.
Yeah. Good guess. That was my next question. Did you know Eve before?
I didn't.
You didn't?
No.
And did you know she was Bono's daughter before you cast
I did.
her?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah. Because once again, that was Nina Gold. But once she mentioned her, then I remembered, you know, other work that I'd seen her in, you know.
Yeah.
And was like, she's amazing. But I just didn't know if she'd never done any sort of, I mean, it's a drama, but there's a lot of comedy in it.
Yeah.
So in actual fact, she came in and did a casting. And she filmed the casting in you know, Bono's front room of his castle or wherever.
Yeah.
But she was so brilliant in the casting, so clearly funny in that way that, you know, where you're not trying to push the comedy. She was just naturally funny.
I wish this were not the case, but it just truly is, which is like, if I know that's Bono's daughter, it's in the mix. I'm aware of it, right? And I think the worst guess I would have for Bono's daughter is that she's going to be like perfect in plastic and spoiled. and so
No.
the contradiction of what could potentially you're afraid could be the daughter of someone uber famous and rich.
Yeah.
She's in fact quite the opposite, at least on screen.
Oh, and in person as well.
Yeah, just in this delightful way where you're like, oh, it's
Delightful.
almost even cooler because she seems so fucking real.
I know. No, she's very, very sweet, incredibly fun, very
Bad
takes the work
influence.
seriously. A bad influence.
A bad influence.
Well, we all are bad influences on each other. But no, it was just an immediate family. Like we, you know, it was. We just got really lucky because it was fun we were enjoying ourselves, but at the same time, you know, we had to work as an ensemble, but they all had to be able to sort of carry their own episode, you know, because there would always be an episode that really focused on them, and all of them are just incredible actors, incredibly watchable, and you just instantly care about them, you know.
Were you ever at any point in it kind of wishing, I wish I didn't have this dual role where I'm also their bosses a little bit. Like, I just want to be in the riffraff crew and kind of bitch about the production.
Oh my God. And I'm so paranoid. I'm just walking around in a constant state of fear
that they think you're
anything. You know, I'm always worrying that people aren't happy, or you know, or that I'm, you know, have an opinion about how I'm doing things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always just wanted to be with them, hanging out and chatting, instead of on my laptop having a nervous breakdown about, you know, reshoots or, you know, edits or, you know, whatever else goes along with it. It's a pain.
Yeah. You just want to play, probably.
You just want to play. You want to enjoy it. I mean, there's obviously, like we were saying earlier, there's a real, you know, feeling of pride and accomplishment that comes from seeing something you wrote come to life.
Yeah.
But you do miss out on a lot of
The
really
fun.
good gossip. Yeah.
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 You won a Peabody for it.
Yeah.
Did you even know what a Peabody was before you won it?
Yes, I did.
You did?
Yeah.
It's a
We
big deal.
covet the
Well,
Peabody Award. We actively campaign to win a Peabody Award.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm not terribly sure what it is, but I really want that
it
award.
means something good, doesn't it?
Yeah. What does it mean?
It's exclusive.
Do you know?
It's prestigious.
It's prestigious.
It is
but,
prestigious.
But what is it? It's not an acting award. It's just like a culture award.
It is. It is actually. It's sort of, because you have to, I mean, if you've campaigned for them, you kind of have to do this whole statement.
By
about,
campaign, I tweet, I like write in my Instagram comments, please give me one of these.
Well, you have to, you submit your program for it, obviously.
Okay.
And then you kind of, you talk about what it is that you were wanting to achieve with the show. And I don't know, but I think for the most part, there has to be a sort of aspect to it that makes it socially important, relevant.
Yeah.
In terms of like across the board, really, in the storytelling and the casting, in the diversity and the amount of female directors you use, like why you chose to tell that story. Representation. It's a big sort of all round, and it's about how successful the storytelling was, of course, but it's a bit of a.
This is important. Work.
Yeah.
Success with
this is
intention.
good work.
Yes. It's not, I guess it's not just about the entertainment, because I mean, I love that it's just like properly entertaining, but I feel like I like the fact that it's saying something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. The Twisted Tale of Amanda Knox. We interviewed Amanda Knox.
Did you?
Yes.
Great
I found her to be so brilliant. I could barely stand
super
it.
bright.
She's so
super bright. Yeah, she's a great girl. When we were talking earlier about, being a mother and like a father as well, like sometimes, but for the most part, it's harder to be a mother and leave your kids behind. But KJ Steinberg, who created the show, like, because we shot it in Rome, in Budapest, in Vancouver, all over Italy, and she had to leave her kids at home and do this. And sort of, it was a real, I'm so glad for her because I think it's taking quite a big swing, isn't it? Like stylistically, it's sort of, it's a terrible, tragic story, but there's also a lot of absurdity in what happened in the situation. And KJ, was, not scared to show that some of these things were so absurd they were funny.
Yeah.
And the stylistic approach of, the sort of Amelie-esque kind of filming style at the beginning, and all those things are big swings,
it's very ambitious.
Yeah, and the fact that she pulled it off, and I'm just delighted for her because it was really hard for her, being that far away from her family and dealing with something that wasn't easy. It's a difficult story to tell for loads of reasons, legally. Yeah. But Amanda was around, a good bit, like, and
you met her mom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I met her mom, I met her kids, I met her husband, I met them all, I met her sister. And some of the days they were there for some of the days they were there for some like lighter scenes, but some of the days they were there for some really heavy scenes that brought them right back to it.
Yeah.
And I remember her mum saying to me, it's really hard to watch for loads of reasons, but I wish I'd been that articulate,
right.
when it was happening. I wish I'd known how to deal with my emotions, and I wish I'd known how to, operate within that situation. And it's like, how could you possibly have, how could you?
Well, I said to her towards the end, and now she has kids, so it's not hard to imagine.
Yes.
But I'm, of course, watching that thing, and I'm no longer putting myself in the position of her. I'm putting myself in the position of like, oh my God, if this happened to one of my daughters.
Yes, completely.
I would a million times rather sit in prison than have them sit in prison. So in a bizarre way, I do think it could be harder for the parent. And she agreed.
It's what when I did I did the Zoom initially, with the producers and KJ, but then I did the second Zoom with Amanda. And like, I don't know about you, but I'm like, most of the times if I'm offered a job, I'm kind of like, what? Why do you want me to do it? Like,
right.
So I was a bit like, I don't know.
You were a little scared of this role, right?
Oh, completely.
Yeah.
But it was her talking about that. It was really emotional on the Zoom, because when she was talking about her mother and what she went through, and I sort of realized then that maybe I could play it because
you had the emotion.
Exactly,
in you.
I was more sort of nervous about, because it is a bit exhausting doing that.
Yeah.
Coming in frazzled, panicked,
being frazzled all day long.
It's
it's hardcore and it takes it out of you. But yeah, she's a great girl.
So you were scared. I mean, it's a big acting challenge, and also you didn't write it, so it's like it's not going to be how you might like to land in that challenge.
But I feel like in stuff like that, you kind of you have to just be on board for the ride, and I mean, for the most part, if you're working with like normal people, they do want a bit of feedback, or they do, appreciate a suggestion or two.
Yeah.
But really, at the end of the day, I like just to do it, and not think about all the other stuff, because my day job is so thinking about everything.
Yeah.
And in actual fact, it's kind of fun just to go there and be an actor, and then at the end of the day, go to your trailer and look at your phone.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a
Not
relief.
just be like writing more scripts. But so I was nervous about it for that reason, but also because it's, divisive kind of subject area. Like people have an opinion, people have opinions about her.
Yeah.
And you would have opinions about why the show's even being made.
Strongest opinions, knowing the least amount,
Yes,
the actual story.
exactly.
That
Yeah.
seems to be related.
You just never know how something's going to be received.
Yeah. How has it been? Have people reached out to you? And
There was a little bit of, like there would be, because people are,
there's no consensus anymore. Yeah.
online was a little bit.
Yeah, people like to be
Funny.
really very upset on Meredith's behalf.
Yes.
As if this person's not also allowed to tell their story, which was involved. Like, because one scenario was worse,
Yes.
the other person, say we got in a car accident and you died and I got fucking paralyzed, I wouldn't be allowed to talk about being paralyzed, because they would go, well, what about Sharon?
Yeah, there was
There's
people
this weird-
who were angry on her behalf, but for the most part, I would say the response has been really good, and it's I guess people thought they knew that story, like you were saying, and then there was so much that you didn't know, and
my hunch is anyone who's even complaining still hasn't seen this story.
I would say not.
Yeah.
I would say not.
Because you really can't. So there were people in our comments sounding off, and I literally wrote a few times like, this couldn't be more obvious that you didn't listen to the episode. That's what I know from
really?
this comment is that
when she was on this show.
Yeah, she did it. And what about Mary?
Yes.
And I'm like, what I know for sure
Yes.
is you did not listen to this episode.
Yes.
Because there's no way you could write that comment had you listened.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
But the show is, and the story, the thing that happened to her, is just a reflection of the world acting very sinister. And then there's a lot of defensiveness that comes out of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think a lot of people are like, no, because they are not okay feeling like they live in a world where we could do that to someone, or that
Yes.
they themselves
Yeah.
have done it unfairly.
Or
Yeah.
enjoyed the opera of it
Yeah.
while it was happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot.
So to do something lighter, you've taken on Jeanette McCurdy's book. I'm glad my mom died. We interviewed her when she first was promoting that book, and it's for sure one of our best episodes ever.
She's amazing.
She's incredible.
She's again like a giant-brained person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like ridiculously talented.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, it's a really difficult story to tell.
Yeah.
and somehow she's managing to do it. And, you know, it's funny and entertaining and traumatic and, you know.
I think the defining attribute that allows you to enjoy it or not enjoy it, be it Amanda Knox or Jeanette, is if they weren't destroyed by it, it's great.
Yeah.
And that really is Jeanette.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no,
Yeah.
this bitch ain't destroyed by
Oh my
this.
God.
She's gotten stronger. Like,
She really
it's so
is.
inspiring.
She is. Yeah.
You play the mom?
No,
Oh,
she's
no,
just
no.
producing the project.
Yeah.
Oh, producing.
yeah.
Okay, got it.
I'm just like delighted to be involved in any way, you
Yeah.
know, just getting to, you know, see her work. And, you know, it was a book that I was obsessed with. And, you know, just talking to her about it in the sort of the beginnings of, you know, before we had it picked up, before we went out and pitched it even, I knew I wanted to be involved. She's really something.
Okay, now here's where we go. Now I'm scared for you, which is you're writing 2 different projects for yourself. One at Amazon, one at HBO.
I wonder what the Amazon thing is. Because
That's
someone
it.
else has asked me that as well.
Okay, so
We're developing something with Amazon,
but not necessarily you.
it's
starring.
not for me. No, I'm writing an HBO show. Yeah,
For you.
yeah, for me. I always still get embarrassed by that. Like,
Really?
I'm writing it for me. Like,
Oh, you think
And
it's
no
like,
one else will be in it.
yeah.
I think it's braggy.
Well, no, it's just sort of like. I felt it with Pulling as well, even though that was like the first thing. I was like, and I will cast me. You know, it just feels a bit,
Indulgent, maybe.
Yes.
But it's not. Just so
Okay.
you know.
But the workload, I'm a little worried about the workload.
Are you?
I am. You've now created more shows than almost anyone, really. I mean, you're just racking them up. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
And you're fine. How many hours a day do you work?
Well, you know, it depends. It depends on, well, at the moment we're making a show for Netflix called Vladimir, and it's shooting in Toronto, and it's like mad hours because it's a different time zone.
Mm-hmm.
So at the moment, it's like not great because I finish my work in the UK and then I go and eat dinner with my girls and then I go back to work kind of thing. But for the most part, when you're writing, you know, I do a sort of like, you know, I'll do a sort of 10 till 5 kind of thing.
Okay.
If my girl's at school and she's leaving at 8 in the morning, I start at 8 and then, you know, might end a little earlier. But
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just sitting at a desk,
Okay.
you know.
You don't feel like you're approaching burnout level or anything.
But now you're worrying me.
Yeah,
Do you
you
think
should be
I
a
am?
little bit worried.
No.
Here's why. I watched this incredible
on.
documentary. I did not know this DJ. I don't know. I just randomly watched it. Avicii. Have you ever heard that? Avicii.
No.
He was this enormous global DJ, the kind that can make $1 million a night.
Right.
And now everyone wants to start working with him. So it's like this amazing artist, this amazing artist.
Yeah.
And this documentary is heartbreaking because, and I can so relate to it, just like you want something so bad, it takes so long to get it. And when
Yeah.
it comes, it's nearly impossible to throttle it. And this took him down. You know?
Yeah.
I think he died of working too much. He
What the hell?
he
Do you
killed
think I'm gonna
himself.
die?
No,
He killed himself.
he killed himself.
Okay.
/ maybe fell on a broken wine bottle, whatever. He was not in a good spot.
Okay.
A very tragic story. And I was watching it just going like, I very much relate to this. Like, these opportunities don't come around. He had to have felt that way. And it's really hard to govern yourself when it's all things you want.
That's true. And there is an element of that. There is definitely an element of that because I did start late. And so I've always felt like I'm playing catch up.
Yeah.
But the other element of it is that I wouldn't know what to do with myself if I wasn't like.
Yeah, you said I'm not very good at twiddling my thumbs. I become a bit more hyperactive as I get older. I don't really know how to relax.
Yeah, I don't really know how to relax. But here's the thing, right? I was writing this episode that of something that was like set in Germany. And then every day for over the 2 weeks that I was writing it, I was just like going to Germany. You know, I was just like getting to like get out of my head and my house and and just be in a different world. And I find it very relaxing. And
Okay, good.
when I was doing Divorce and Catastrophe, that was hard. And I remember having, you know, like, I guess they were sort of panic attacks. I didn't know what they were at the time. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You're drowning
Yeah.
in the commitments.
Yeah.
Right.
But it doesn't feel like that now. I mean, I've got like a company of amazing people.
The new show, you're playing a divorcee moving through the world.
Yeah.
Is there more plot than that I'm leaving out?
Well, I'm the mother of a son. It's kind of about the sandwich generation, really. It's about that point in your life where, you know, your children are adults, but
They haven't left.
They haven't left, and you're still looking after them, and your parents are getting older, and that becomes also a responsibility. But it's this time in your life when the stakes are so raised because you suddenly become incredibly aware of your mortality.
Yeah.
And in this particular situation, she wants to meet someone. She wants to fall in love before she stops being a sexual person.
Yeah.
And, you know, so there's this like clock, but, you know, the world isn't sort of allowing her to just...
Well, here's my pitch. You're going to have a lot of lovers in this show. You're going to have to go on a lot of dates, and there'll be good ones and bad ones. And I'm volunteering to be one of the lovers.
Thank
I
you
can't
so
commit to like a
much.
lot of episodes, but
How
just
many?
one, you know, whatever, you know, something within reason. I'm letting you know. I will do that.
Would you be like a force for good or a force for bad?
Whatever you choose that morning. You're like, I want to see him be naughty. No, I want to see him. I want to see the sweet side of him who has kids.
Not like a builder.
I don't want to play a parking meter maid,
No.
but let's just say I was giving you a ticket,
could
but then
work,
somehow
though.
I charmed you. And you're like, I hate you. Well, this guy. You're not supposed-
Can you imagine going out with a parking meter?
It would be rough. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're just people, too.
They're just
No,
people.
you're right. You're
Yes.
right. I'm
They
a
deserve
dick.
to. They
I'm a
deserve to be
dick.
in love.
No,
it's okay.
you're
They're
not.
giving
This
us
is how
tickets.
we all
It's
feel,
like,
yeah.
You can only like them so much. They are in charge of giving us tickets.
And it's not their fault.
It's not their fault.
stuff
Once in a
worked
while,
out.
one will hang out in front of my kid's school at drop off.
Really?
And I
Just
can't
waiting.
let it go. I can't let it go.
Oh.
Because, you know, everyone's so fucking hectic. Everyone's trying to get to
Yeah.
work. It's a mess.
Yeah, they're like vultures.
And I have on a couple of occasions said, you know, an even better spot is the emergency room. You should go hang out at the
Dax.
emergency room where
And do
people
they, like,
really
just
don't have time to park.
Get blank face, or do they give it to you back?
No.
There's nothing.
Then I feel bad. Then I regret it.
Yeah,
And then
because
I've done it twice.
no one
So-
wants that job.
Well,
No,
listen,
no.
takes a unique person to post up in front of a elementary school to do your ticket.
No,
giving.
because that person, I guess I'm going to say it's a he. I don't know.
You sexist.
Probably has to have so many tickets.
Yeah, exactly. Meeting their quota with parents that are like struggling to get to work on time. I think we could pick on a better. Let's go in front of like that.
You can
Let's go
like-
in front of an agency.
Is it a
or,
showbiz school?
no,
I mean, are there a lot of showbiz
no,
parents? Because in a way, I'd sort of go like, it's a fair call.
Yeah.
No, and
Right.
in fact, it has more kids on free lunch than probably any other school
Okay.
in the city.
Right.
So no, it's the opposite.
Screw that.
Yes,
Milk.
no,
Yeah,
these
but
people can't afford a ticket.
Let one of those people say it, not you.
I got to use my my privilege for good. I'm trying to protect these people, Monica. I can't believe you're not supporting.
You're not
this.
protecting them. You're protecting yourself.
No, I don't care if I get a ticket. I literally
don't
do.
fight.
No, we
No, we
fight all
always
the
fight.
time.
Yeah, it's part of
This
the
is what
charm,
we
I guess,
do.
of the show.
I've got a very weird relationship with,
Money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do too.
I think I just need a bit of therapy for it.
So yeah, so if
'Cause
you don't
it's
cast me on your
stupid.
show, I could also work you through financial insecurity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you
There's
very
a few different
much.
services I provide.
Do you know what's weird about writing a show that does have sex in it?
Yeah.
Is that then you just get embarrassed when you send it out to people.
That they think you're a pervert or something?
I can't lose that feeling.
Is that the Irish Catholic?
I don't know. I mean, Rob and I used to get it a bit when we would write, we'd be writing these sex scenes like side by side. And then all of a sudden we'd realize that we were writing for each other and we'd get
Yeah.
really embarrassed and
Yeah.
awkward.
Yeah.
But it feels like that when you write something and then you send it to an actor because you're saying we're gonna do it.
Yes.
We're
Yes,
gonna
first
be
you're gonna do
we're gonna be
this.
kissing. It could be even more.
Yeah.
Are you on board?
Yeah. It's like asking someone out in real life. It's vulnerable.
Yeah, God.
But I would think this is where the positive side of being a woman, that side of the coin you should embrace, which is if I write that scene and I send it to Sydney Sweeney, and I'm a 50-year-old dude and I send this scene. I got this great scene I wrote for
You
us.
shouldn't do that though.
No, I shouldn't.
Correct.
I agree.
That's a bit Woody.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
That's a bit Robert Duvall, Emma Watson.
Yes, I'm in full agreement. That's why I'm using it to illustrate my point. But you can do that and it's totally fine and you should feel nothing about it. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
If you've earned anything, it should be that.
Yeah.
Is that we know you're not a predator. And generally, women are not predators. So
Generally,
you're free,
it's true. It's
free
true.
to do that. There are some,
There's a few.
thank God.
I don't know any.
If you're a predator and you're a female, please in the comments signal yourself out.
You vaping?
It's a nicotine spray.
Oh, a spray.
Yeah, so it's a very healthy delivery system.
I quit. I was very addicted to vaping and nicotine gum
Yeah,
and occasional rollies.
sure.
And so I did some hypnotherapy about 4 years ago.
Well, that brings us to my very last question for you. We've arrived.
Oh, wow.
So you quit drinking for 3 years
Yeah,
and you loved it, right?
I did. Apparently I was annoying. Yeah.
You loved it so much you talked about it?
I did a little bit.
Yeah.
And I wasn't like evangelical, but I was just suddenly going on walks for no reason other than to enjoy the beauty of the walk. And prior to that, there had to have been a pub at the end of it.
Uh-huh.
So what it did was sort of just give me just a whole new perspective. And I kind of loved it. And I figure my brain was working well. My brain was like on fire at the time.
When you go a couple years without a hangover,
Yeah.
and like for me, I had hangovers every single morning for a decade.
Oh,
To not have hangovers,
yeah.
it was almost unimaginable. Like so much of my life was dealing with a hangover.
Yeah.
And going to work and hoping it would break. And I'm
Yes.
sweating. Okay, it's going to break. Just that whole madness.
Yeah.
And then when we had kids, and even we'd be on vacation with our pod, Monica's a member of, and they drink and we don't. And I'd wake up and I'm like, I can barely deal with the kids
Yeah.
without a hangover.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what it's like to deal with kids
Yeah.
with a hangover.
God, I remember.
Yeah.
It's awful.
So my great curiosity is like, what brought you back?
Oh, my dad died.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good reason.
But it wasn't it wasn't like my dad died and I like had to have a drink. I just wanted to, with my brothers and sisters, drink a Guinness. Like I wanted to have that sort of, we all needed it.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't go back in like full bore.
Yeah.
It was very, very occasional. And I was still on my sort of like smug thing because I was like, I just don't drink it the same way anymore. And then like suddenly it just sort of creeps in again.
It's a habit.
And then the next thing, because I remember saying to my daughters, do you remember when I used to drink a glass of wine every night with dinner? Like every night I would drink wine and then sometimes I would have 2 glasses of wine. And they couldn't remember it. And I was like, well, that's great.
Yeah.
Because I thought that would be something that they'd be, really aware of.
Yes.
So I started slightly getting back into that.
Yeah.
And now I've stopped. It was like the excitement of suddenly drinking again.
Yeah.
I got a bit giddy. I was buying
It's
nice
fun.
wines. It was like,
Yeah.
I remember when I started eating meat for the first time after 16 years.
Yeah.
I was just like, I was so horny for meat.
Yeah.
I was just like, give me meat.
Yeah,
So it was a bit like that with the booze. And now it's sort of, the last few days have been nuts because of,
The parties.
The parties.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do. It has adjusted things a bit, and I don't. It's not something I just sort of. It's not like a habit. Like it was a habit before, where I just like you don't even notice that you're drinking wine because you're just always drinking wine.
Yeah, I have that.
Yeah.
I 100% have that. But I don't know. I'm back and forth on whether I care.
But you know what? What happened was, and you know the way your phone sort of really gets into your head and sends you loads of videos about, whatever it is you're fretting about. So while I was not drinking, it kept sending me all these videos about how terrible booze is for your brain.
I know.
So it fed into my smugness and I was like, this is brilliant. Everything is positive about this. And now they're continuing to come up and I'm like, no. No, don't look at me.
I know. Yeah, the algorithm is really on one right now
It's really
about
awful.
no alcohol, but
It's
whatever.
There's
Yeah.
some really unfortunate studies, I think.
Well, what
which
about
is
also all the
driving
100-year-old people who drink every day?
Yeah.
No one wants to talk about them anymore. They used to talk about them a lot.
Yeah, they used to tell you have to drink a glass of wine a day.
I
You'll
know.
be good for your heart.
And now it's
They're all over the
poison.
map.
Why?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think, got red wine
It's
Apparently.
fine.
on the
It's
continent.
tasty and it's fine.
Yeah.
On the
Live long.
continent. Did you drink Beamish?
I've never loved Beamish. It's too sweet.
Okay.
Were you
I love
Beamish?
Beamish. Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
But not Guinness.
I love Guinness.
I love Guinness.
You'll be happy to know I literally forced Monica to have a Guinness when we were in London.
They're
You
not
didn't
really
love?
for me.
Yeah, but come here, London Guinness. Is
okay,
not all that.
so that maybe that's
Okay.
the
Unless you get the
issue.
Devonshire. Have you been to the Devonshire?
No.
Yeah.
Unless
Next
it was
time you
across the street
go.
from our hotel. Unless that was the one.
Where was your
Yeah.
hotel?
Claridge's?
No, we weren't at Claridge's. We were
Claridge's.
at like
Another one of those.
It started with
it's
the
not
C.
far from there. Well, I
It
don't know.
wasn't that
I've got
place.
It was kind of a
Trust me,
shithole.
it
There's
was
no way it
yeah.
was this one you're
well, they
thinking
they
of.
do quite good Guinness, and then obviously if you go to Dublin or anywhere in Ireland,
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. So
It's just
smooth.
very
smooth.
thick.
yeah.
It's pretty. It's a little thick for me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, Sharon, you're as lovely in person as you
Aw.
are on screen.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, this has been so fun.
Sorry, I was a bit hung. It was not even
No,
hungover
you're
because it was
fine.
from 2 days ago. But
You're just exhausted.
You're just tired.
yeah,
Yeah.
I've
Fine.
needed to wee for about the last
Oh
40
no,
minutes.
you could have
though.
told us.
Okay.
I know.
Also, you can go on the couch.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank
All right,
you.
we adore you.
Thank
Everyone
you.
watch the 96 Project, Sharon. I sure hope there weren't any mistakes in that episode, but we'll find out when my mom, Mrs. Monica, comes in and tells us what was wrong.
Okay. Well, the last time I saw you,
Yes, ma'am.
or the last time the people saw you, and
Yes.
me, I guess.
You and the people.
Yeah, I am one of the people.
Yeah,
You're gonna go to the hospital.
which I did.
Yeah. So tell everyone what transpired.
I went to the hospital. They hooked me up to. No, I peed first.
You were able to
Yawn sample.
remind everyone what happened. You couldn't pee.
I couldn't pee. It was painful. I got a crazy fever. I gave blood and yawn at my GP.
That stands for general practitioner.
Yes, although he's not. He's an internist and he doesn't like. But at any rate, and then my family was concerned I was sepsis.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know if you say septic or he has sepsis. He's in sepsis. There's something weird about sepsis,
Sure.
but I don't know. Do
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, I think it's like, and turns out I was in sepsis.
He went seps,
He went sepsis.
or did he went septic?
No, I think septic's only about the tank.
Okay, the septic field and the septic tank. Anyways, get there, do some samples. They hook me up to a stronger antibiotic. My vitals are good though.
Great.
So I'm there for some hours. I get a bag of fluid. Yes. And then he takes an ultrasound of my bladder
Mm-hmm.
and it's full,
Yeah.
but I just peed.
Yeah, but you didn't get a lot of pee out.
Yeah. So he's like, we're going to have to do a catheter. And I was like, oh no. Of
Yeah.
all the things in life I hope to avoid,
Yeah.
it was putting 2 feet of cable up my pee hole.
Yeah.
God, I did not want to do that. So I think I've had one before, but I think I woke up post-surgery with
Yes.
it.
I also have had one, but it was gone by the time I woke up.
And then I think I was on a tremendous amount of opiates in the hospital when they removed it or something. I don't know. I just have no memory of this.
Sure.
So I guess I'm not saying where I went or anyone's name. So this is the first order of business was the nurse was going to, and she told me I got to put lidocaine in your urethra.
Okay.
So she has this syringe about this big, about 6 inches long. It's a fat boy, all right? There's a ton of fluid in there. And so she's holding my penis and she puts it right up to the urethra. And I'm laying on my back trying to just be in another zone, right? I'm just trying to...
Are you worried?
About getting erect?
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Really?
No.
Oh,
I am so
not horny.
Terrified about getting this procedure.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's good, I guess, for
the
positive side.
So she has this syringe. She's has it up to the hole. And I don't know if it was stuck or whatever happened, but there was an audible pop. And then the whole thing went in like, boom, the whole, and I went, oh my God. Like I yelled, oh my God. And she goes, oh, I'm so sorry. That's not supposed to happen.
What? Oh no, that's not what you want to hear.
Obviously slowly put all that fluid in. But again, I think it was stuck or something. Maybe she pushed you hard and it just made this loud pop and then it fucking just gushed 6 ounces of jam in my penis at once.
Jam. Wait a minute. Was it?
And I was like, whoa, we're off to a rough start.
Was this nurse an armchair?
No, but I loved her and I learned a ton about her. We had a very, very like connected, intimate conversation about like someone in her life who passed. And we had a really great time.
Okay, I feel like this nurse is an armchair and got like nervous.
She was holding the armchair expert's penis.
Yeah, and like having...
I don't think so because we were just speaking so candidly. She would have said she liked the show. I think that's where we were at.
Okay.
No, I don't think she was an armchair.
Okay, I still do.
Okay. So anyways, that happens and then they come back with the tube and then they put the tube in and I'm like, and it's just horrendous. I can't believe you don't get anything for it other than the topical lidocaine.
Yeah.
I guess it's just where I'm such a baby. These like zones where I'm a total baby, I guess. So it goes in. It's insane. It's insane and it takes so long because it's got to go through your whole penis and then up and then into your bladder, which is deep in there. And it just feels like forever and it's the worst feeling. Then they blow up the balloon. Mm-hmm. Then they strap the bag to my leg and they stick the thing. Now, my one complaint was like big sticky pad to secure the bag and everything. And I have hairy thighs.
Sure.
She slapped it right on there. I was like, well, take a set. Let's get a razor. I'm mad I didn't advocate for myself.
Oh, okay.
Because as it turns out, when I got home, she had put it up too high. So my penis was hanging down much lower than where that thing was, which was making the tube go upward.
Okay.
And pull my penis up. And I was afraid going to pull the thing up. So as soon as I got home, I had Kristen and Lincoln reattached it lower. And then we shaved my leg. But getting that thing off with all the hair. Okay, whatever.
Okay.
Is
it like belted?
No. It's just there's a hose. And then I took a photo and I sent it to Eric and Aaron. And they screamed out loud, both of them. They said, because you can tell it looks absolutely miserable. But there's a strap that there's the sticky piece with clamps that hold the top of the hoses. And then you've got 2 elastic belts that go around 2 parts of your legs and then a big bag to fill with your yarn.
Right.
You immediately look 85 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many funny things that happened over the course of the 3 days I had it. One was we kept telling, I kept complaining about the tube in my penis. And at one point, like day 2 or 3, I was emptying the bag in the toilet and Delta came into the bathroom and she goes, oh my God, Daddy, I thought you were saying that metaphorically. Tube in my penis? She didn't know I had a literal...
What did she think?
I don't know, but I loved that she knew to say metaphorically.
Oh, yeah.
I was like so distracted by how wonderfully she said.
Her vocab.
Yeah, I thought you were saying that metaphorically. Oh my God. And I go, I know, right?
Yeah.
You immediately look like you're in some serious medical. And I felt like it, I felt like, what's going on?
Felt like
a week ago. Yeah, just a week ago, I felt indomitable. And now I have this bag, and then the bag, and maybe other people have positive experiences with it, so I'm not bashing cathing.
Sure.
And again, a lot of these things I think were just chickens coming home to roost, because you remember the catheter cowboy commercial. There's a cowboy who goes, I've been cowboying for 25 years. I don't like pain when I calf.
Oh, yeah. I forgot
so,
about that. And you've been making fun of that for years.
I have, because the guy was like 75. I'm like, let me get this straight. You started cowboying at 50?
He might have. Look, you're 50.
I'm not ready to start cowboying. I'm ready to start riding a soft chair. The thing about it is, mid-sneeze, I was like, oh my God. Anything abdominal,
Yeah.
it sucks because you have that balloon in there. And also just the balloon at the end of your bladder. What it feels like is that painful moment you have to pee so bad you don't think you can hold it. It just felt like that for 3 days. And anytime I moved, it was just like the sharp pain in there. I hated it. I really.
It wasn't for you.
I did not enjoy it. Saturday, I woke up and I said to Kristen, I'm like, I'm going in and take it out today. I cannot wait till Sunday. She's like, okay, but remember, they didn't say that arbitrarily. So then she talked me off the ledge, and I waited till Sunday.
That's good.
I was so happy to get it out.
Yeah.
I don't ever want one of those again.
I understand.
No, silver linings.
Okay.
Let's go through them. I slept in the guest house for 3 days.
Uh-huh.
And I really didn't do anything because I couldn't move. Anytime I moved, it was just the worst grody feeling of like,
Yeah.
I'm peeing my pants. Oh, I'm going to add.
Yeah.
This is too much information.
What?
Goading doodles was almost impossible because you're
Goading doodles.
Going doodles.
Oh, pooping.
Because you're really, I don't know about for a girl, but for a boy, you're using the same area to push the doodles and to push yawn out. Those two things are married for a boy when you sit down on the toilet.
Right.
You just push and everything comes out at once. But I have this tube, and so there were times where I was trying to doodles.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, pee just started coming out of around the tube.
Not in the tube.
No. So it's somehow it's pushing around the balloon inside the bladder.
Okay.
Also, you take these pills to make your yawn super dark orange. It looks like the McDonald's.
Really?
You remember McDonald's orange drink?
No.
Okay. They
Like
got to call orange
soda?
drink. It wasn't orange or juice.
Okay.
And I don't even know if it was orange soda. Maybe orange soda. It was dark as hell orange.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And I'm just on the toilet and I'm like, oh, fuck. My penis can't be in the toilet because it's got a tube coming out of it that's attached to my lower leg.
Okay, so the bag's like at your ankle?
Yes.
Oh, it's that far down.
Not at my ankle, but around my knee.
Oh, wow. I imagine it like high up.
I'm gonna
Post the picture.
No, I'm gonna crop the photo.
Okay.
So you can at least see the placement on the leg.
Okay.
All these pictures of Eric's dad as a wizard.
Sure. We touched on that last week.
Okay, so I've mocked out the offensive.
Okay, hold on.
Oh boy.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Also, yeah, hold on. The color of the pee
is McDonald's orange. Again, it's these specific pills they make you take because they want to be able to see the line in the bag really clearly. They don't want to see through yawn.
They don't want, wow. Okay, because it's like, it's kind of
humiliating. Here, can I have it back?
No, I'm still looking at it.
Come on. I don't like this anymore. Can I have it back, man?
Okay, the belt is made of like.
I'll send you the whole one with my penis so you can see the tube coming out. Great. Fuck. So yeah. And then, so I got it out and then I thought, oh, that's my only problem in life is this catheter.
How did it smell? The pee.
There wasn't any smells, but did I wrap up? Like there's nothing more disconcerting than there's like yawn coming out around the tube.
Yeah, that's uncomfortable.
I'm like, what's happening? Why is there, shouldn't the urine be coming through this hose? What's wrong with the hose? Is the hose blocked? Why am I able to push
wiped,
urine?
Were you worried you were going to get it in the tube somehow?
No.
Okay.
I've had some follow-up questions throughout this process, but these ones are definitely the best.
What about, was it warm, the pee on your leg?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did that feel kind of good?
I mean, it was really hard to enjoy anything. The other thing I was living in like abject fear of is like, fuck, I hope I don't get a boner.
That's what, oh, you mean during it? With
this hose in. Like sometimes you're sleeping and you have erotic dream and you wake up
Morning wood.
aroused. And I'm like, is it going to jerk? What part of the tube is it going to fuck?
Huh. Interesting. I'm sure there's some slack so that it.
Kristen did not think this was a thing, but Eric and I thought it was a thing.
Mhm.
I was texting with him most. He had to deal with most of my complaints.
Sure.
And I said, Eric, I'm not going to masturbate, but don't you think they should have told me I can't?
Maybe you can.
Oh my God.
I mean, seriously, some people have catheters in like for life. Like, I'm sure they have to masturbate.
I don't think you can. And then also,
Really?
where is the semen coming from? It doesn't come from your bladder, and you have a tube. Like
Your vas deferens.
your vas deferens is the muscle that's like pumping and pushing.
The semen out.
Anyways,
Do you
what I
think
said
the
to Eric
semen
is,
would go through the catheter?
well, the thing is, I don't think it can because I don't think the semen goes into your bladder and then out your urethra.
It wouldn't.
Somehow,
It would leak out the way the.
yes, a man can ejaculate while
Okay,
using
Rob's pulled up.
an indwelling urinary catheter.
He Googled it. Okay.
Though it requires specific consideration depending on the type of catheter, the individual's comfort level, mine was low, and the desired sexual activity, mine was low. While intermittent catheters used for self-catheterization are removed before sex,
Oh.
indwelling Foley catheters can be kept in place. A suprapubic catheter,
Ew.
which enters the bladder through the abdomen, is often
Suprapubic.
preferred for sexual activity as it doesn't interfere with intercourse.
Okay. So if you have one for a long time, they probably give you a specific kind so you can have sex and masturbate. But yours was only a couple days.
And I was living in like absolute fear of that happening
Sure.
to the degree that I was like, oh, I might give myself one because I'm so afraid of.
That's what I was about to say when you were talking about getting it inserted. Like, this is what happens during waxes. Like, it's so uncomfortable, but they're like, there's
You're
a
so
little
nervous.
worry. Like, what if,
You get
yeah.
visibly.
Yeah. And not because you're into it, but just
Mhm.
because like you're convinced, you're worried.
You're so afraid of it, you might manifest your fear.
Self-sabotage. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So anyways, I got it out.
Okay, great.
Oh, more than that, I was bold. I went out to eat on Saturday night. I was like, fuck this. I'm going out.
You did?
Yes, and I had to walk. I had to walk like a grampy. I could only walk like a step, like 8-inch steps at a time.
Yeah. Were you worried it was going to fall out of your pants?
Sure, but that I knew it wouldn't happen because the balloon would catch it and it'd start pulling my bladder through my body. So I was more nervous about that. Like,
Okay.
am I going to feel, we had a Armchair Anonymous nurse talking about a patient who ripped his catheter out with the balloon inflated.
God.
I kept thinking of that the whole weekend.
Oh my God. Now, when I just saw that picture,
Yeah.
it kind of reminded me of my water babies.
Oh, sure.
When I grew up, and I would make babies out of those grocery bags. And then I'd fill it with water and carry it around and it'd be my water baby. That kind of looked like a water baby.
Yeah. Oh, another interesting thing is the one thing I was excited about was like, oh, cool. I kind of had my dream. I don't have to get up to go pee in the middle of the night.
Exactly.
So I was looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Well, I woke up in the middle of the night, like 4 a.m. And I'm like, fuck, I have to pee so bad. What's going on? I have this bag on.
Yeah.
Lift up my pant leg. It's 100% full.
Oh.
So it's 100% full. So I am trying to relieve it, but it's just backing up another bladder. So now I am feeling like I have to pee.
Oh.
So now I'm rushing to the bathroom, not to pee, but to fucking empty my bag. Monica, this is over. I might get fired from the acting job that I got.
No,
Let's
it's
just cares.
sweet.
Okay.
Wait,
Go ahead.
did it out? But was it a relief as soon as they put it in? At least, because you were all backed up with pee.
No. And my stubbornness, I maintain I probably didn't need
Dax.
that. I could have, it's not like, and then on my subsequent visit to get it removed, they were looking at the amount of urine that was in my bladder when I got it. She said, well, there wasn't a ton of urine. And I was like, yeah, I think it would have been. Anyways, who cares?
Did they find out what happened?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
I mean, they didn't find out what happened, but all my blood stuff comes back and I have all kinds of different things going on. But
Okay.
I just wanted to finish by saying I had in my mind I was going to feel like $1 million when I got this catheter out on Sunday. And then I got the catheter out and I got home and I was like, oh, I still feel like shit, you know? I still have a massive infection. I'm still on like,
still on antibiotics.
and I'm on really heavy ones now.
Got it.
That make you not feel good. So some of the results, one is E. coli was in my UTI.
I said that. You did not want to hear it, but I did say that.
UTI, I think prostatitis.
Okay.
Like infection in your prostate. E. coli.
Weird.
That was in the mix.
But you didn't have any tummy troubles.
I never had harness or throw up. But I had a piece, did I ever tell you that part? That right before I got the fever, I'd had a piece of
bacon?
elk. Elk.
Oh.
That Kristen had cooked while I was away. And I was like, that was in the fridge too long. I took a bite and I was like, I think we should throw this away. I don't think this is good. So I had eaten.
So you had one bite of it.
Just one bite.
Well, then
just
maybe that was.
And threw it away.
Ew.
So I don't fucking know, Monica. Like what? I asked about they're not carbuncles. I call them carbuncles, but I don't even think I actually have carbuncles.
But it is.
I asked about those. The doctor says this is completely unrelated. He's like, there's nothing happening.
Did he say they're okay?
Yeah, he looked and said there's nothing cooking here. These are fine.
I was like, I diagnosed you with something.
You know, what did you have me on?
MRSA.
Right, you have me on MRSA. And he said, now that thing, MRSA is very common when you cycle and wear tight clothes. So he did recommend I use a surgical soap when I cycle. I am disgusting. I sound like a complete Petri dish.
Fine. You're just a person.
You're just saying that to egg me on. So I say even more. Did I tell you that they found anal warts all over my face?
Did?
No.
Wow.
No.
Okay, wait, but MRSA is scary. Like, remember when MRSA was there was a huge thing in the hospitals and they were quarantined and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's degrees of it. But yes, all to say, I was a little sad that I didn't spring back to full health.
Sure.
I think it's going to be a longer process than I normally like. I'm impatient. I want to feel good. I'm exhausted all day.
Okay, so you're on antibiotics. You're washing with MRSA soap.
No, I haven't gotten that yet.
Oh, okay.
But I'll get that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you miss your pee bag a little bit.
No. But again, chicken's coming home to roost. The other thing I was thinking is I took a Uber home from the hospital on Thursday. And there's a line in Chips where Steve Agee's a cab driver and he goes to pick me up, my character. And it's in front of the emergency room at the hospital. And Agee's character goes, hold on before you get in. You don't have any fucking leaky tubes or bags or anything, do you?
Whoa.
And because I made fun of people that might have tubes and leaky bags, I gave myself one. And then the making fun of the caffeine cowboy.
Yeah.
So, man, the chickens, they're home. They're roosting.
Sim. Wow.
Yeah. What are your thoughts about all this?
Oh, I mean, I love it. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that it was painful and uncomfortable.
Oh, it's rough.
And so I had a catheter put in when I got my eggs frozen.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. And I didn't know. They told me after they had to do that.
Okay.
And it hurt after to pee so bad for a while. So does it hurt still? Because it's sore.
Yeah.
That sucks. The whole thing sucks.
I am insistent. I am willing.
Okay.
That I am going to wake up Thursday morning somehow and I'm going to feel $1 million.
Okay.
Like $1 million.
I think you will. But I think you need to be smart about these next few days if you want that to be true. This isn't just going to happen like a miracle.
Right.
You need to be careful with how you're treating your body over the next few days.
I'm taking my medicine.
Take it easy.
Oh, I left out a silver lining. I was in the guest house for 3 days by myself, and I got to watch a lot of TV.
Oh, yeah.
And guilt-free.
Yeah.
So I can really only watch so much, and I start getting mad at myself.
Sure.
But this was go for it. And I watched the entire House of Guinness.
Oh, fun.
Stephen Knight, Peaky Blinders.
Yes, yeah.
It's very Peaky Blinders.
Oh, fun.
And it makes you want to drink Guinness so bad. I ordered Guinness NAs.
Oh, fun.
And at night, I would get in my bed with my tube hanging out of my dick, and I would have my little pint glass, and I let it breathe the way they said in the show.
And you watch your programs?
Yeah, and I'd sip my Guinness with my piss tube in. And I really liked it.
This is a ding, ding, ding.
Why?
Because we talk about Guinness on Sharon.
Oh, yes, we do. We do. That's right.
Yeah, that's
We do.
exciting.
Their NA is really good.
That's great. Not as good as Ted Seeger's.
Well, nothing's as good as Ted Seeger's. That's what they
Exactly.
say. That's what they're saying. Everybody.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
Wow. Well, that is harrowing. You went through a lot.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was good because while you were going through that, at the same day, actually, Taylor Swift dropped her album.
Oh, I know. I listened.
Okay. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So
How does one eventize a whole day? Like, what was your day?
Now,
It's dedicated to that, right?
Well, so it dropped Thursday at, I guess, midnight East Coast, so 9-hour time, which, you know, there are moments in life where I feel just so grateful to be on the West Coast.
For the time.
Yeah. This is one.
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl is always one. I'm always very grateful. Now, so I was working. Editing, I must have been, because I didn't have time to listen that night. And I'm on a group text, okay, with 3 other Swifties. 2 are
Molly?
Molly, Jake, and Audra.
Okay.
1 is the biggest Swiftie in the world.
Okay.
And people are going to be so mad at me for saying that because they're going to be like, no, I am. And then
That's Jake?
yeah, Jake.
Yeah.
Molly is number 2. She's very high up on the Swiftie scale.
Yep.
Audra and I are some deviations below that,
Uh-huh.
but love her so much, obviously.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm like trying to not really look at my phone because these texts are.
They started at 9. They started listening.
At 9. They're coming in. They're talking about each song.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, I don't know what anyone's talking about.
Yeah.
So I start listening Friday around 2 West Coast time. And it's fun. It's easy listening.
Yeah, it comes out. It's very easy to consume. It's just
very,
like, yeah, this is Taylor Swift.
It's breezy. It's poppy. Like it's fun. I enjoy it a lot.
Yeah. Oh wow, we're inching closer to something. We're like crawling. We're crawling.
No, I love her so much.
We're
And
making our way to like the edge of the cliff where the bad guys might be able to see us, but we can take a peek.
I know. I mean, yeah, this is one of those things. You can't say anything, but I'm gonna. Like,
Yeah.
I thought it was great. I've been listening to it a lot. It's fun.
And is it a shower or a grower? Is it like the more you listen to it,
Exactly.
the more you appreciate it?
The more I listen, the more I like the sound.
Uh-huh. But the lyrics for you are not hitting the way some of them have.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the reason she's so special to me is because of her poetry,
Mm-hmm.
the way she writes. I do think this album isn't
Reflects.
the best lyrically of hers.
Okay.
That's okay. Not
Uh-huh.
everything has to be the best.
Yeah.
There's one song on there, Father Figure, that
Yeah.
I think is
Michaels.
George Michael's. Yes,
Yeah.
he's credited on it.
Yeah.
I think that is quintessential Taylor lyrics. I think it's so smart and good and has this great turn, and I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
But the rest are kind of like,
They're fun.
they're just fun.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
There is a song, I don't know if you've heard about already all the like drama. There's drama.
Please tell me.
Okay. There's a song that's about
So romantic?
actually romantic.
Actually romantic. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
And who is it about? Is it about KZZ Swigs?
Charlie XCX.
Charlie XCX.
Okay. Yeah, you're really you in the bag. That's a lot. That's a lot
It pairs nicely with my piss bag.
Charlie XCX is it's seemingly about her.
Uh-huh.
It's not a nice song. You know, it is not a nice song.
Well, okay, now great. There's
Okay.
already, I've heard that. That's not how I've heard the reaction.
Really? What have you heard?
Well, the reaction is like, what a cool way to turn this endless, you're this, I'm that, into like, I'm kind of flattered by your obsession.
Right.
It's actually quite romantic that you're thinking about me that
I
much.
know.
Which is, it's a little catty.
It's so catty.
It's so catty. Okay.
Look, by the way, it is a bop. Like I feel very personally conflicted about this because I really like the sound of this and I like find myself singing.
Really grooving to it. Yeah, moving your hips and your shoulders.
And yet I am fundamentally kind of like,
it's not.
You're the most famous person in the world. You don't need to do it. You just don't need to do that.
Really quick.
Yeah.
I think this is where you're seeing tension between the internal identity and the external identity.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she's the biggest pop star to ever be.
Yes.
This is below her.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like she'll always be the mid-level kid in school.
That's who she feels.
Yeah, she will always be that in her heart. Like a mid-level kid in school. And I don't know anything about Charlie XCX, but the name makes me think she feels like that she's owning her sexuality. And is that, I've literally haven't seen a picture
cool.
of
She's just
cool, right?
She's cool. Yes, she's cool.
So when your internal identity is stuck in 8th grade and someone who's cool, then you lose sight of the fact that, no, actually I won the bigger war and this is kind of below me. This is me. This is my dissonance when I am the boss of 100 people on a set of a movie. It is really hard for me to understand that. It shouldn't be, but it is.
I know.
Like I'm against the principal at high school and the boss. So to be one is so confusing.
Yes, I understand. And I think actually that is a through line through this whole album. I think there are parts of it that to me read like, all these cool kids rejected me, and so I'm kind of swinging back into this other direction. Or just this like, Hollywood didn't like me, so I'm choosing a simple life. There's a lot of interesting stuff in it that is funny because for me, I'm just like, oh, I know that is how you perceive what's going on, and that's your internal stuff to work on because that is not true. You're a billionaire because the world showed up for you. The world, not just middle America, the coast. Everyone voted, and everyone picked you. But I also, yes, it's endearing. We all just have stuff that we have to work on. But I do think if you are at that level, you have a bigger responsibility than most to work on it or to have someone tell you like, hey, you're punching down. I know you can't see it, but you objectively are.
But can I devil's advocate that?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really have an opinion on it. I don't know enough about the players but my devil's advocate argument would be like, no, your obligation as an artist is actually write about whatever you're going through and not try to be the person you're hoping to be in 3 years. And maybe in 3 years, she'll be what you wanted this to be. But she's clearly annoyed and it's taking up space in her head that this girl wrote this song about her. And that's the reality of what she's processing.
Right.
And in that way, I think that's the exact song she should write. And then maybe in a year, she'll be able to look back like I got that venom out of my system and that was below me. I should have been above that. And that'll be a part of the process. And then hopefully she'll put that experience on the next album. But my devil's advocate would simply be like, no, I don't think you should ever write for who you should be. I think you should write for exactly what you are right now and what you're going through. And you got to like live with the mistakes that are inherent in that.
I mean, I think you're right about that. I think she should write anything she wants to write.
Yeah.
What you choose to put out in the world when you are.
Yeah. You're saying it's not the most attractive look, whether you support her right to do it.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Of course, it's her right. She can do whatever she wants. But to me, it's like own that unfairly or fairly. It's going to be a little hard for me to say unfairly when it comes with a lot of prizes.
Is that when this has happened, these are girls she gave a shot to.
Yeah, she feels betrayed.
Yeah, so that's deep, right?
It's very deep. And I have people I have plenty of things I want to say, and I never will.
Yeah,
and I am not her. That's the other. It's like, if I don't get to, then you surely can't.
This is what's great too. Is obviously we see in each other what we see, what we're struggling with ourselves.
Yeah.
And I would say you are her actually. And I don't know that it's hard to update.
Well, I'm not her. We have to be we just literally have to look at our Instagram following and be realistic. I'm not trying to be her.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying, I think you should identify with it because I think it's hard to onboard.
But all to say, I feel a responsibility. Like, and there are things I would love to say to the world that I'll never, ever, ever say to the world.
Sure.
And it is because it's not the right thing to do.
It's not going to make the world better.
It's not. Yeah. It's not going to make the world better, and it's causing pain for no reason. And that's for me to deal with in therapy. Not, you know. Again, I'll write about it, do whatever, but to put it out is a real choice.
Last counter. Just thought of it. There's nothing in the history of rap that's been better for the industry than the feuds.
Diss tracks, yes.
They fuel everything.
Yep.
This whole Drake and I would not be surprised if we saw them having lunch in Italy somewhere.
Sure.
I mean, really.
Yeah.
And you, now that a lot of these rappers are long past that phase, you'll hear Ice Cube, like Jay-Z's writing songs back in the day for, East Coast, West Coast.
Yeah.
Jay-Z's writing a Dre song, his most popular song. Like none of that, a lot of that was not real. And it was great for business. Is it possible that Taylor's like, yeah, this is below me, but like, this is part of the game. This is part of the product. And so now Charlie XCX gets to write a counter song to this one.
Right.
And that thing will pop. And this thing popped. And maybe it's just business.
Look, she is
a business genius.
A true business genius. She's a mastermind. I would not be shocked if, yes. Also, look, this album is happy. She's happy right now. And that's amazing. I want that for her.
That's what I want to get to.
She's happy, and that is clear, right? Yeah. And there are songs that aren't happy. Father Figure and this, that I almost feel like she's so happy that she almost has to find the fuel again. And,
like maybe manufacture a little bit.
Or, mixed with like, oh yeah, what is bothering me? Oh yeah, Charlie XCX did this. Like, I don't know that that's really on her mind all the time, and I hope it's not.
Yeah.
But
this is so fun because normally I'm a little critical.
I know.
So this
I love her, and I love the album.
This has been a fun reversal.
Yeah.
And it's been a joy.
Well, because I'm not ever going to just be like
blindly.
Yeah.
So
I've been listening nonstop.
So Erica Mullen came over on Sunday, and I wanted to hear her opinion. Again, as we know, she's a number one top tier Swiftie.
Yep.
So I was asking her what she thought of all the tracks, and she was saying, on this one, she loves the album. And I said, there is a sad truth to art. And I experience it, and I'm aware of it, which is, I might have even said this, a few episodes. I'm watching Hit and Run, and this is so cocky to say, but it's true. I'm feeling so much pride over the script. Forget everything else. And I'm just like, God, that's as good as I could have done.
You're proud of it.
I'm very proud of it.
Yeah.
And then immediate next thought is, I don't think I could write that. I wrote that script in 2 weeks. And I thought I just stepped on a dog. It was my backpack. I just was like, man, I don't think I could fucking write this. And it was the scariest feeling. And what I ended up coming up with is the only way I could write the sequel would be like, we start them divorced. And then we're figuring out what happened.
Right. Because
the most recent thing I can even remember is that turmoil of having children and how you both get lost. And so I got to go back a bunch of years. But in general, I'm so lucky. My life's pretty fucking good. I'm not wrestling with
demons,
pain, right?
Yeah.
Which I do think is the fodder of art.
Yeah.
And so when we were in the sauna, I was saying I applaud her if she can figure out how to be creative, happily
100%.
married, happily financially secure,
accomplished
her goals. I think that's a hard place to create
It's
from.
hard.
And I was saying, like, if you look at her early music, like, if between 17 years old and 30, 70% of that audience is either looking to go out tonight to find love or they're dealing with having lost it.
Right.
It's like a breakup or pursuit.
There's a lot of emotional turmoil with relationships, with work.
Establishing yourself in your identity as in a career, like all the main topics that drive pop music. Unfortunately, she's no longer embroiled in. She's not dealing with a huge breakup. She's not dealing with getting love or falling in love. She's like stable. And it's not, So, it's a challenge, I think.
It's a challenge. But I also think everyone is wrestling with stuff. And you do have to be introspective about that. Like your age or your relevance.
I agree. I left that part out. So I'm definitely wrestling with stuff, but it's stuff that a very small percent of the potential audience is wrestling with. That's what happens is your potential audience narrows and narrows. So like mine right now is like existential work identity loss.
Yeah. But that is not narrow. I think a good artist makes something very specific, very universal. And I think that she has the capacity to do that and does that. Like she's writing about John Mayer, one person. And yet that song resonates with so many people. And it's specific. It is talking about his chess game and so many people are like, I know that person. I have this. I understand it. And same with these things as we get older too.
But I think she'll write a motherhood album.
I do too. Yes.
And I think that'll appeal deeply to whatever percentage of young people are mothers. But again, it's not this like 100% of people are looking for love in their 20s.
Right.
That's just I think the fact. And like all the pop songs are about love.
Yeah, a lot. Yes.
And
it's obviously the most common.
So the next thing she'll be able to do that has the broadest appeal will be to write a really revealing and truthful album about motherhood. But again, it's just a much tinier, when no one in their 20s is really.
But I don't.
You don't like that?
I don't think it's true. Okay. I think it's the most obvious. It's the most obvious thing going on. But there are deep things going on with all of us all the time. And if you choose to deep dive into those things, like there's a song on there called Eldest Daughter. And like that is, I think some people think that's about him, but I don't think it is at all.
About who?
About Travis, or connecting it to Travis. But I don't. I think it's about the responsibility of being the eldest daughter. Yeah. And it's like, there are things like we're multifaceted. We
are, but you could look at our most prolific songwriters. There's a bell curve. And then you got to ask yourself, why is there a bell curve? Does their brain deteriorate? Are they losing their creative? I don't think that's it.
Yeah.
And then there are some artists that stay, but also look at their lives. There are people that never leave the cycle of love addiction, and they can be writing about heartbreak and obsession into their 60s.
Right.
And so, if you want to keep your life a mess, which some people did, but I think in general, if you look at people that kind of like, they deal with all these big mercurial events in life, I do think you just look at the output disappear. And also, that's probably okay. That would be the hard part to get to. Like that would be my song or my script today, which so few people they're not at a place in their life they would understand. It's like, can I let all that go and still love myself and think I have value and let go of something I worked so hard to get? Like that's where I'm at in life.
Right.
Could I make that message broadly appealing?
That's the challenge.
Yeah.
That would be the challenge. Anyway.
Anywhom.
Okay, let's do some facts.
Okay, great. I want to say Hogan. I'm going to be honest with you.
Interesting.
I have these little hiccups with people's names sometimes, and this is one of them. I in my mind, it's Sharon Horgan.
I know why. It's because there's 2 R's, and that's confusing. Sharon Horgan.
And what's Hulk Hogan's wife's name or daughter? Rob?
I have no idea.
You don't know off the top of your head what the Hulkster's family?
Candace Hogan?
Brooke Hogan, Sky Linda, Jennifer.
Yeah,
He's had a lot of wives.
There's no reason then.
Oh, also he's passed. I forgot.
yeah,
That's
we
sad.
lost him.
Yeah. It's sad when people die.
He entertained a generation, man.
He really did.
Oh, fuck.
He really did.
I loved the Hulkster when I was a little boy.
Yeah.
I really did.
What a character.
He body slammed Andre the Giant. It's a 500-pound man. Tore
I
his
wonder
pec.
if when he did that, if Andre took a fart.
When he landed, I'm
Yeah.
almost certain he took a fart.
Yeah, I think he took
Do you ever see the memes about Andre the Giant, how many beers he drank? I know in the doc they talked
I
about
don't
it.
remember.
But there's these claims that like they seem to be substantiated that he drank like 126 beers in one sitting. And I'm just like,
no.
I'm like, I understand that he's 500 pounds, but 126, that's 10, 12 packs in a 6-pack.
And it's not like shots. It's like that's
5
liquid.
cases of beer.
No, I do not believe
Think how many
that.
farts he took.
Ew.
Oh, man.
This is a ding, ding, ding.
Oh, farts.
Do turkeys poop more than other farm animals?
Oh.
Turkeys do not necessarily poop more than other farm animals in terms of total volume, but they do poop very frequently. The larger and heavier an animal is, the more waste it generally produces.
Yeah.
A turkey's waste output differs significantly from that of a cow or pig, both in volume and how it's concentrated. Like chickens, turkeys have a fast-working metabolism that causes them to excrete waste often, as frequently as every 20 to 30 minutes.
Okay.
Wow, yeah, you were right.
We're watching this nature show about dolphins, the girls and I.
Uh-huh.
And this very, very assertive bird lands on the boat. And the
Okay.
guy's just standing there doing his 2-camera thing. And all of a sudden this bird just lands and it comes right up to his face. Like, I've never seen a more confident bird. It was not afraid of this human at all.
That's nice.
And then it's sitting there and they kind of are getting a bang out of it. And then it just goes,
Oh,
it just sprays.
so rude.
It sprays bird poop on the
Ew.
front of the boat. And then it does like 4 more squirts throughout the thing.
Ew.
And I'm like, I fucking hate how they squirt their poop. And then it brought back PTSD of that woman in the grocery store that we saw.
Oh my
Who pulled
God.
her jersey-
We saw a video.
We saw a video.
We did not see him
Where she
first.
pulled her jersey material shorts to the side and just squirted like a goose on the floor of a.
in the middle
of
of
a
a grocery store. It was
I mean, what?
so, and like, we have a high tolerance for poop stories, and like, we understand that sometimes you have to tonka, but this was so, just like,
This
go
is brazen.
outside.
Yeah, grab. I mean, also, like, here's what I would have done if it was like that and it was that desperate. She was in the vegetable section. Grab one of the plastic bags that are
Right.
everywhere around you
I know.
and squirt into that
She didn't care about others.
at all.
Yeah.
She had no regard for anyone.
I feel like if you're going to do that, you liked it. Like, you enjoyed it.
kink.
It's a kink. Although we have had some Armchair Anonymous stories where people do crazy stuff when they have to poop and they're like, they're just like, my brain wasn't working.
They're good people.
And they're good people.
They're really good people.
So I don't know, but it is such a disturbing
Yeah, the way
video.
this bird was just, it's squirting.
Ugh.
It's so gross.
And they're so smug about it.
Yeah.
Okay. The waste, called hot manure, is very high in nitrogen and phosphorus compared to most other livestock manure. Cattle, the sheer size of cattle means they produce a much greater volume of manure per day than turkeys. A large dairy cow can produce more than 100 pounds of manure daily.
You?
Yeah,
A cow shits you out every day.
every day, compared to a turkey's fraction of a pound. So they're doing a lot, but tinies.
Yeah.
Interesting.
When I watch nature shows, I'm just so grateful that I'm an omnivore because if you're a herbivore,
Mhm.
you have to eat so much to get any calories out of it. There's
yeah.
just no calories in hay. You have to eat a bale of hay and then dump a Monica.
Does hay have fiber in it?
Seems to have.
hope.
Yeah, I think it has a lot of fiber.
Oh my God, imagine the constipation.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it's got to go through their 4-chambered stomach because it's like impossible to
Yeah.
break down.
Ugh. Okay, I did a little more research on this.
Yeah.
While the largest individual poop comes from blue whales and elephants,
Oh,
animals that poop the most frequently are small, energy-intensive creatures like some birds, ding, 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 40 times a day.
oh my.
Rabbits, 200 to 300 times a day.
No.
And penguins,
How are
6
there-
to 8 times an hour.
how are their butts not so raw?
I hate rabbit poop.
I don't hate it. I'm just so confused. Is that their food or the poop? Because their food looks
Ew.
identical to their turtles.
Yeah, how can they tell? They probably
They don't.
Oh,
they can't
they
tell.
probably don't. Ew.
Okay, last thing I'll say about Doodle,
Okay.
because I just said it getting off the commode the other morning, Saturday morning. I said, I was flushing and I was like, it is funny how disgusting we think it is when it is food. That's all you're looking at. You're looking at food.
Yeah. But mixed with
It's not like you're looking at, a carcass. Like it's just the food that you thought looked so good when you were putting it in your mouth. And now nothing, that's its food.
No, but it's mixed with like
bacteria
and stinky bile and
Yeah,
stuff.
I know. It is just food.
It's good that we don't think it's just food, because it is bad if we ate it, it would be very bad for us because of bacteria. So we don't need to get confused like the rabbits.
I have a hunch we have, once we started living in such compact societies, that's when diseases started spreading a ton. When we started living with animals, these are when like all these really wild pathogens. So I wonder if when we were hunting and gathering, if we had the same aversion to duty. Because again, no other animal does. They like go right up to each other while the other ones.
They also, though, ate differently than we eat now. So the waste we're producing is so much more complicated than they were just eating like bare natural foods.
I think I'm eating kind of like they ate, which is just like a tremendous amount of meat.
But you would put mustard on it.
I do, but that's a
mustard's
seed.
sauce, but
it's a seed.
Yeah, but the one kind you eat isn't just mustard seed. It's made into a paste sauce.
I have no idea what kind of mustard I'm eating.
Sugar. Actually, there's probably not added sugar, but whatever. It's not pure.
Okay.
I love mustard.
Yeah, it's a great condiment.
It's not pure. Great for salad dressings. Okay. To the point that has she made the most shows? Aaron Spelling holds the Guinness World Record for the most prolific TV producer, having created over 4,500 hours of television programming by 2003.
Whoa.
I saw this funny thing of Howard Stern talking about The Summer I Turned Pretty. He loves it.
Yeah, he loves a lot of like teen shows and stuff.
He's Team Conrad, for people who are wondering.
Okay,
so you said that your kid's school, I'm not going to say what it is, has more free lunch than any other school in the city. It wouldn't let me find that.
Yeah.
But
that might have been an exaggeration.
That school, 45% of families qualify for free or reduced lunch. So that's a lot.
Yeah. I feel like when I was in elementary school, you knew the kids that were on welfare because they didn't have to pay for lunch. Like I forget what they had, but you'd be in line and you'd see it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, and I didn't grow up in like the fancy part of Michigan.
Yeah.
I still think it was like only 1 in 15 or 20 kids was on the free lunch.
I wonder
or
what
it's half.
Is it just family income, right?
Yeah, it's just income.
Yeah. Oh, shit. I forgot to find an important fact, which is where we stayed in London. It started with a C, but it was not Claridge.
Claridge's.
Nope, that's the same one we've been saying.
Connaught.
Nope, I've stayed there. That's a great hotel.
Caesar Hotel.
Maybe it doesn't start with a C. Maybe it starts with an M.
An M?
What's that little area we're in? It's by the theater district. West End?
Corinthia.
Oh, wow. That wouldn't have even rung a bell for me.
It was the Corinthia Hotel in London. That's where we stayed. And I don't think we went to the pub that she wanted.
There's no way that was the pub. The pub we went into was like something that would be on the Jersey Boardwalk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't really authentic or nice.
No.
Yeah.
But
they did serve Guinness on tap, but that's all you can say about it.
Yes. Speaking of, we talked about drinking and, of course, yes, there are all these studies. There's lots of debate about
how bad is it?
How bad is it?
Yeah.
And this Harvard article says, yes, there are, of course, bad things, but it also says everything in moderation. So, anywho, that is it for facts.
Okay. God bless Sharon Horgan. She is a gift to us.
Yes.
Consume all of her stuff. She's so consistently great.
Agree.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Love you.